Drink water.
Hydrate.
Wait, what?
That's
New
a
to your
snake.
kids, keep your pets in school.
Keep your
That's a snake.
Thank you, Anita.
My staff has made an appearance in real life.
Do I have to check in?
I feel your staff is a little small in comparison. Like to
Or
the
is-
actual size.
Or is Marquise just a cloud giant?
Yeah.
You know, I had my suspicions when when I ran into him downtown and he was about 2 stories tall.
Exactly.
Didn't want to say anything though because I thought that'd be rude.
All right. Well, we are all here, and I think that steroid that the neurosurgeon gave me is actually helping already. That's nice. I'm really glad. I get to add a medication onto my list today.
I'm always impressed with how steroids like hit you. I was on death's doorstep after being covered head to toe in poison ivy. Like, just
Yeah.
wanted to lie down and die. And the doc's like, oh, yeah, we'll just give you like 5 milligrams of steroids. Just take that for a while. And next day, I nearly broke into Disney song. I felt so good.
Yeah, this one's the word meth is at the front of it, and then prednisone something, so methyl prednisone. So I was just like, I gotta look this up, and it's just for inflammation. So
Oh, I thought this was going to end with like, so I really super organized the monsters that you're going to fight. And I really went into detail about a couple of different things here.
I was up all night.
Oh, and I still feel good.
All right, actually, is Two Bit Punks up and the stream's running? I'll go turn on.
Yep.
I can hear you guys. Can you guys hear?
Yeah, I heard that.
It's a little choppy, but yes.
I'm a little far away. I'm just I'm doing something. I'll be down in like 2 minutes.
I assume we're waiting for everybody to be here to recap since we didn't stream the last session.
Yeah, because we'll
System
have to
set
be a
up.
little.
Check, and running uninterrupted today.
Well, I think Marquise said he could still hear us. But then he
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Give me
I
left.
can-
second.
Oh, yeah, he can still hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So then we can do our recap.
I'm like
Oh,
3 feet to the left of my computer.
all right.
So
Please, let's see. Did that click over? Brought you guys over to Wave Echo Cavern. Oh, look at that. There's one square. Let me fix that. All right. So I don't know if you guys can see on the map. You can find yourself on there. Let's see, it's Control. It's Alt. Okay. Find yourselves on there. Say jerk. Most importantly, I think is the note that he is standing on the bellows for the furnace here, which is active. They're actively smelting ore. I think that's correct. Okay. We had, let's see, so last week started in the cavern to the northeast that actually causes the wave sounds here in Wave Echo Cave. So this place up to the north, 2 Gricks were hiding on the ceiling, and they actually were hiding quite well until Taliesin came in and managed to catch a glimpse of them before they could move to pounce. Then you guys handled them quite swiftly. A creature that had been a bit of trouble had turned out to be quite easily handled. And you guys fought both of them on the side of the cavern that you had entered in on. Then last week, we started off with an attempt to cross the gap that had been carved out in this cave, which had caused this water to flow through. There was like a 10-foot gap across. The party discussed a couple options, ended up tying a rope to one of the stalagmites on the ground, and then attempting to kind of cross over. Jerk, of course, just jumped across with all of his keen abilities. I think. Let's see. Bear is able to do that as well, and I think most of you guys are able to actually get across as the eighth form. But as Sparkle Gem attempted to get across, she couldn't hold up her weight plus all the weight of the gear on her back, combined with the water moving beneath her, kind of dropped her in. She was able to eventually grab onto the rope. A kind of brief.
No, because
Wait, was
Taliesin changed form into a shark and like jumped in after me.
Oh right, yeah. No, at first you didn't. That's right. Yeah. So at first you just straight up fell in, and you didn't get a chance to grab the rope. You were able to maybe like stop and swim. Taliesin changed straight from the grape ape shape into the shark jump and dove in after you. But once you guys were a little farther down the stream, you entered into this area that contained the furnace that melts down all of the ores that are mined here in the cave. You guys, see, this blast furnace, this mechanical bellows, powering this big water wheel, and that water that kind of moves through the channel turns the water wheel and helps move this gigantic bellows in order to help create this flame. The furnace was actually lit and running, and inside, Taliesin and Sparklegem immediately recognized your old friend, Yarno Albeck, formerly known as Glassstaff?
Yeah, formerly known, because we had that argument about how I'm the new Glassstaff.
Yeah,
Been
right?
3 years.
Yeah, you're there's a new Glassstaff in town. And so the plan changed pretty quickly from attempting to get back up to the ledge to engaging Glassstaff. There were some shots at jumping out of the water and some debates back at the rope to be whether or not you guys would even follow after them. Like, I think they're okay. I haven't seen them. And then I think eventually the decision was made to go. We were debating, did Bear fall in, or did he go in and then fall in later? I couldn't quite remember.
I think I tried to jump back and didn't make it. So like it was one of those, he lands and then ends up like, oh, I have 80 pounds on my back. That's throwing off my balance. Oh no! And he goes into the water. But
Right,
he was still holding onto the rope. So
that was it.
that's
He
Okay,
made
yeah,
the jump, but like didn't stick the landing.
yeah.
Yeah, didn't stick the landing, but was but still holding onto the rope, so wasn't in a grave amount of danger as he noticed that the water was only about 6 feet deep, and he is a little bit taller than that. So most of the issue with the water is that it kind of moves you along. Everybody else then came down, and you guys moved in, started fighting some of these zombies. It became quite apparent that Iarno is a novice necromancer, and his zombies are falling attention. I think we saw one of them get washed away during the stream. The stream is currently dry. As the water level raises in the previous cavern, it runs through here and powers the water wheel. But as it lowers, the water wheel is then stops, and it kind of seems to be a bit of a pattern at this point where the water level raises and lowers, helping create this crashing wave noise. There was some fights. Taliesin went to engage. You guys kind of did a little bit of trapping Iarno a bit behind the furnace as he attempted to run away several directions, and found himself cornered. There was a little bit of battling. Taliesin and the parties mostly jumped over the blast furnace. We've killed a few zombies, and the giant constrictor snake was what's the staff called too?
The
Staff of the Python.
yes.
Staff of the Python has seen its first use since Lonnie, the magic item, traveling magic item merchant, sold it out, and we found out that it's not just a constrictor snake; it is a giant constrictor snake. So there is a massive python in this room.
Hell yeah.
Yarno's been hard pressed in an attempt to escape, and though the jumping shark was unable to get a hold of Yarno, a jumping Taliesin was able to, I think, like run and make it over here and grab and grapple Yarno. So he's got his little. I think that's why we've got the net icon on Yarno. So he is currently being held. Jerk came in, I think, finished off some of the zombies, and I believe that's where we're at. And I can't think of anything else at the moment, except for what we have in the notes. Sorry, I forgot one. Is that really intoxicated Jared allowed an out-of-turn help action. So Godwald has burned his action. Which was an odd choice, and we're not going to do that all the time, obviously.
It did.
It
did help a lot.
Yeah, you were able to get advantage with some helpful shouting distractions. I think we kind of counted it as like as your interaction where you can speak. Kind of used it as a reaction, but it burnt your action, and I don't want to go into that kind of general economy for actions.
Yeah, I was just trying to throw him the advantage. I was trying to throw him the inspiration I had.
Yeah, but so that worked, and that brought us to the top of the order.
Quick question. Am I doing anything important on these bellows? Like, do I have to stay on them for it to be smelting?
No,
It's like it's the only
there,
vantage point
so
that's not on fire.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, we gave you high ground advantage so that way you could like come in and see everything that's going on.
Dig it.
Yeah, you kind of climbed up to shoot some arrows, I think.
Perfect.
No, he finally got his dagger out, and then he ran up here.
Oh
and
yeah,
decided to chill because that was the end of his move, and his action was spent digging his dagger out of a zombie.
That's right. Yeah, you got a critical failure on the zombie attack, so your rapier was stuck inside one of them.
Oh,
even after it was dead, you had to spend the action to get it out, and then you climbed up the bellows.
Yeah, and you couldn't get it out to save your life because you spent 2 turns trying to get it out.
And speaking of daggers, I never put that one I got back from the forge in my inventory.
I asked you guys back at the forge to just add a regular item in because you did not know. Nobody spent the time with the items to know what they are. So as far as you guys know and their stats are, they are regular things.
Okay, so I will put a regular dagger in my inventory.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's start from there, guys.
And
All right.
it's,
Did I miss anything else?
the only thing of note I have that you missed is that we did see a drow to the northwest of where we're currently at.
Ah, yes.
Oh, right.
I
Two
remember.
bugbears.
Okay, so I sent Gabe through the northern cavern to see if there was a shorter way that didn't make me jump into a river to get to the other guys, and there was not.
Yeah.
But there was a drow.
Yeah. So in the crashing wave, cave, there's that passage that goes to the northwest. You guys came around, saw a drow, and I think there was a bugbear standing guard as well.
Two.
Vantage point. Two bugbears, so you can see some bugbears and a drow. I don't even think they noticed the owl. I think they missed him.
No, I think the drow noticed the owl, and that's when he dewarged.
It was stealth 17, perception 17. And I don't recall, but in any event, so I'd like to. Can I do the same athletics to jump over the bellows that other people have done as part of my move?
Yeah. So I'll just give you a reminder of the initiative order for the party. Went Godwald, Sparkle Gem, Constrictor Snake, Jerk, Pubert, Taliesin. And so at the top of the order does bring us to Godwald's turn, though he has used his action.
I'd like to move here, doing the jump thing other people have done.
Okay. Yeah, it's only a couple. It's a couple feet up, or there is a space underneath it that you could crawl through. But if you want to jump up, do your jump and run, do a athletics check to make sure you can get those couple feet up in the air. Oh no. Well. Yep. I'm gonna use lots of internet and less paper today. Dude. Real life. I moved
That's
it to 0.
19.
For you, it's easily with it. It seems almost too simple for you to make this roll.
Huh. So this is him, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, as you are able to crest over, you now can see the scene. You are now surrounded by 3 zombies. There is a giant constrictor snake away from you, and you are now face to face with Yarno.
How does he look?
How's he doing? What's he been up to?
Have the
Yeah,
years
kind
been
of like-
kind?
Kind of like as the moments that Taliesin went to go and grab him, you're kind of also just kind of popping over as you've seen there's a zombie facing him and a couple of them facing the snake. He actually seems quite beat up, quite rough.
So,
He's had some. You guys have hit him with a couple things. I can't remember what exactly at the moment, but he's
At least 3
blinded
different
at
things.
one point.
I
yeah.
know the snake messed him up too.
Yep.
It's
So,
been
yeah.
rough.
Yeah, so it's pretty rough.
Okay, how does Taliesin look though?
I don't think I've actually gotten hit yet.
I don't think any of us have gotten hit. I think all of it's been us hitting them.
Yeah, taking that.
Okay, so let's see, no bonus action. Then I'll just look down and be like, huh, the years have not been kind. And I'll pass.
All right. That brings us to Sparkle Gem's turn.
Okay, there is a live zombie between me and Taliesin right now, correct?
Yeah, there are 3 of them on that side there. Plus, I think you can see one a little bit, 1 or 2 of them to the north of you.
I'ma just stab the one in front of me and hope for the best with my rapier.
All right. Roll attack.
Okay. So yeah, 22.
Nice.
22 hits.
And then this plus my sneak attack damage.
Yeah, you have allies nearby. Within 5
Yep.
feet of the creature. Several allies nearby.
Did you change your color, Sparkle Gem?
I did, because I got really pissed off with my last color failing me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that's something I remember about last session. We had some bad luck rolls all
Yeah, we
over
did.
the place. It
So
was
that'll
like
be-
constantly trying to do stuff, and man, that was rough.
I'll tell you, that happened in my Tuesday session in Roll20 last week too. It was
So
just
that
not
was a
kind to
total of
anybody.
10 damage.
It was just none of them were where we wanted them. There was lots of good rolls. There's just none of the ones like where at the time we desired. So that's a total of how much?
10 damage.
2d6. So you're 5 plus 8. Up then 2. All
Yep.
right, yeah. 10 damage to zombie 2.
And then
Oh crap!
I'm going to sneak around to this other side. If I have to use disengage to prevent an opportunity attack, that I will.
You let's see. Yeah, if you move any farther from the zombie currently, you would. Yes.
Those
Okay.
2 steps
So that's
don't leave a
10.
threatened area.
So yeah, I'll disengage and go to this side so Arno knows like he's a little bit more trapped in than he thinks.
So she deftly maneuvers so that the zombie has no chance to swing its lumberous arms at her. And
Do we get this line or is that stairs?
steps away in front. That is stairs. All right. And then it's your actions, some movement bonus action.
Yep.
I believe that means it is a giant constrictor snake's turn. Though the giant constrictor snake is starting its action within 5 feet of the flaming sphere to the south. Because he's within 5 feet, he needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is a 17.
17 makes it, so he'll take half damage of 2d6. And guess who's rolling on the screen tonight? So
That's a
half-
7.
Oh.
He takes half of 7.
So that'd be
You
what?
round down,
Four,
so he
3?
so he takes 3 damage. 3 damage of fire burning the giant constrictor snake.
All right.
So now he's
He-
taking, what, 21 total.
He's going to probably jump on this one and try to constrict it. I'm just trying to get clear out some of these zomboids. So that is
We'll have him kind of take up. I'm just going to freehand to draw it real quick. So he's going to be like, I guess a little bit less of the tail and the fire curving around, right? But
yeah.
not taking up that space. He's not really on top of Godwald.
So that is a 12 plus 6.
To
18.
constrict. So it's like a grapple. All right, so zombie strength.
So
Got to
is
roll
that
to contest.
so is it a grapple or is it an attack?
So it's both. So basically, it says
Oh, okay.
it says melee weapon attack. One creature hit does
Oh, yeah.
2d8 plus 4 bludgeoning damage. The target is grappled. They have to make a strength save of 16. Until the
Oh.
grapple ends, the creature is restrained, and the snake cannot restrict another target.
All right, so roll to hit then, right?
Well, that's what that was. That would have been the 18.
I rolled an
and the-
18. Yeah. Well,
That was the.
And then now you have to make a
12
DC
plus the 6.
16 check, and he does get damage as well if that beat that monster's AC.
Yeah. So what's we want to roll damage while we see if he even survives in order to roll this other one.
Yep, doing it. So he takes 10 damage.
Zomboy takes 10 damage as the so as the constrictor rolls over to wraps around and squeezes him, the head of the zombie, and its little arm that was sticking out and one of the legs that was sticking out kind of pop off the body, and it dies.
Nice.
One more zombie down. One more
Wow.
dwarven worker joins the grave. All right. Move him to the map. So he did a little bit of movement. You still have some, I suppose, with the snake. Otherwise, next turn.
I'm just gonna have him turn towards this one,
Okay.
and then that's it.
Curling around, turning towards him. You're kind of on one of the zombies, though. You're on number 4. Tough thing. You can't take up the same space as number 4.
Oh, that was the one I was trying to attack. I'm sorry if I wasn't clear about that.
Okay. Well,
The one that
then,
I'm on top of. Yeah.
Then this zombie is still alive.
Yeah, the one next to me is still alive.
That real quick. Layer back. Right back. And not dead. Gain 10 HP back. Damage. Two. All right, so then we'll do the strength roll for the other. Yeah, I didn't see him. Sorry. 4. Takes 10 damage. Failed. It is still alive, and he needs to roll something to beat your DC of your strength check. Did you roll the strength check? Here's what I rolled to beat it. I rolled a 10.
That
Plus
does
one-
not succeed.
Plus 1 zombie strength. It is restrained. Underneath our, I'm going to move Snake real quick. Underneath here. Zombie. Grapple to the same net. Is restrained. Taking some damage. It's looking pretty rough. Sorry, I missed which one we were talking about.
That's okay.
Never.
There's a lot of dudes in that part.
Yeah, well, and he was that snake was on top of it. Those switching screens. All right, so then that's where he is, and he is constricting him and restraining him. So he's there. That makes it our next turn, I believe. As Yarno. As Yarno is generally not expected to see the series of things that he is. He's been working in this cave, and suddenly had a shark and a gnome jump out of the water at him. He's been generally pretty surprised, fleeing and escaping. He's been hurt and damaged, and now, as Taliesin is grabbing onto one of his arms, restraining him from running, he's got an idea of the situation. He looks, and he just kind of glances around between the 4 of you, and he's like, please don't kill me. I'll do whatever you want. I just don't want to die. And he cringes and he holds him and he looks to Taliesin holding his arm for a response.
It's like I'm looking at him too, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's looking at the guy holding his arm as he's glanced around. He's saying it to anyone. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I'll do whatever you want. Please don't kill me. But he's looking at Taliesin for a response since he's holding his arm. Do you say anything to him, Taliesin?
Oh, I didn't know that I could like talk yet.
The simplest
yeah,
response would be anything.
Oh.
I'm gonna just for flavor, I kind of want to like tap a little bit into my like primal savagery so that I have like fangs and a little bit of fur kind of sprouting out, and just be like, you're gonna tell us what the hell's been going on for the past 3 years, and like grip him real tight.
I think you're scary even without fangs.
Yeah, he's just he is in a position where he's already not. And it's like, okay, just don't kill me, just please don't kill me. I'll do whatever you want. I'll tell you anything. I just don't want to die. And let's see, 3 of you surrounding Yarna. Roll me perception real quick.
I blinked really hard.
From your angle, you can't see.
16.
16, and probably a Taliesin. So, Godwell, as you hear him saying this and pleading and begging for his life, you notice that actually there's quite a bit of scarring on the side of it, Yarna's face that's staring at you, as if as if part of him had almost sort of melted away, like someone had maybe thrown acid in his face.
Or pushed his head against the smelter.
Right. So in the time since you guys have been here, he's taken injuries. And he very much fears for his life, and he's willing to here. You'll tell us whatever you want. He says I'll do it. I'll tell you. Just don't kill me. And he kind of stands there and he holds on. Yeah, all right. And then that makes it Jerk's turn. Jerk standing top of the bellows.
All right, so they're still kind of grappling, right?
Talison's got him by the arm. Yep. He's
Okay.
holding him so he can't go anywhere.
Now,
So you're over there, and like, so there's still like one restrained zombie and 2 other zombies. And have the zombies changed at all since he started begging?
Hmm? I mean, in that moment, they're moving.
So you're up there and you can see zombies.
all right.
No, you're up there. There's zombies around. Yarna's begging for his life.
Where was the drow?
Oh, at least 200 meters northwest of here.
An entirely different room, like we said.
Yeah.
When we were back in the last cave, there was an entrance way off to the northeast of there, and through that tunnel, you entered another room and saw the stuff. So, not even
Yeah.
another.
You want to get there, like maybe follow the river or something, but that's a different plan.
Never saw it and have never heard of it either.
Okay. So to totally avoid this zombie, I'm going to move here. And then I'm going to move here. But as I get closer, I want to kick this wheelbarrow into his legs so he's on his knees. I just want to take his legs out from under him with the wheelbarrow.
So
where did the wheelbarrow come from?
It's an extra 5. It's an extra 5 feet down off the bellows, so that's 10. And then you're.
It doesn't cost me anything extra, does it?
Who are you kicking this into?
I'm kicking
Are
it
you
into.
jumping?
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of hop this way.
It doesn't cost you extra movement, but it's still a distance. You don't get to just imagine that the wall doesn't exist because.
Like for us, climbing is double.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
So you still move 5 feet. It just doesn't cost you 10.
Okay.
So you're down. That's 15 from there, and then
that's
25.
10, yeah.
What you use? Yeah, you moved, and then you're there. Yeah, you're there, standing next to Yarno, and that's a wheelbarrow there in front of you.
Yeah, so I want to kick the wheelbarrow into the back of his legs so he just drops to his knees.
Okay,
And
so
then
you're gonna make an attack, and it will do improvised weapon damage. So roll a d20. All right. So you kind of you kick it at him, but it just kind of bumps into him. It doesn't like have the impact that you wanted it to have. You
Okay.
like push it over and it rolls in next to his feet and bumps up next to his leg as he's kind of standing there like. And then what did you say to him?
I with my interaction, I want to put my rapier like to his throat. I'm not gonna like hurt him or anything, but I just want to have it out threatening him and just tell him to answer Talison's question. And then that's all I got. I got nothing else.
I mean, I feel like at this point, if he hasn't already, he's going to start peeing himself. Like,
It could all be an act, though.
How could we tell? All I can smell is smelting iron.
Yeah, actually, it would. That's what it would smell like. It smells like a forge, like smoke and soot in the air, kind of being swept out the room towards the north where the water is flowing. And actually, the water is not flowing anymore. That is empty. I'm just not going to go in there and undo all those things up and down.
Yeah, layers. Blah.
Yeah. Oh well, and there's like 100 objects in there that I did to put in there, so I'm not going to go do that. All right, so you put your knife to his throat and you threaten him. Answer all of Talison's questions.
Yes.
All right. And if that's your turn,
Yep.
then it's Puber's turn. Puber.
All right. With him sitting there begging for mercy, are the zombies still threatening at all, or have they kind of
They are still moving. They have not
shut
stopped.
down? Okay.
There's a zombie in a snake and a zombie not in a snake.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, one's coiled up in the snake there.
I'll go ahead and chop at this guy just to make sure that there's some room to discuss things. Should we need to break
Alright.
out the table and maybe some wine or something? I just can't have a zombie sitting right there in the way.
All right.
So I will very slowly I'll take a stabby stab at this guy for a 15 total.
Oh, that hits.
All right.
Roll damage.
Why didn't that add the? Oh, I picked the wrong button. So that should be 11 damage. For that shake.
You cleave clear through the zombie, splitting it just from shoulder to hip, and it just falls down, not moving, completely dead.
I'll complete that with a ha-ha! Totally oblivious to the discussion that's happening. just bloodthirsty in the background.
And so last session you jumped over the bellows, you landed here, you see a zombie, you cleave a zombie. All in a day's work.
I'm a paladin.
Zombies die. All right.
I don't like zombies too much.
All right. Move that zombie down dead to the map. He's killed. Are you moving anywhere?
I will move. Sorry, I'm being yelled at. Actually, I will go ahead and. I don't know, because there's zombie here and there's zombie here.
Anita?
I'll move right there.
Can you come save me?
If I can.
Alright.
I don't know if he's taking up that.
We'll call him coiled around the snake and filling up the space around it. It's just enough. You can stand there.
Okay. That's where I'm going to stand, just so I'm like, kind of like, excuse me. Kind of like stepping over. Okay, well.
Pardon me, giant snake.
Excuse me.
All right. Anita's going to help me get up here. I'm going to run to the restroom.
okay.
And after that, will be Talison's turn. So, Talison, give it a thought about what you're going to do here, and I'll be right back.
Yep, I will.
All right.
Fell off the wall.
What did?
The alarm.
That one fell? I heard something fall.
Okay. Yeah, the sticky in the back. It's not sticky.
Yeah. All right.
Enough lighting around here? So good.
One more right knife.
It's a giant constrictor snake.
Oh,
It is.
And of course, when you type in giant constrictor snake in D&D Beyond, the first result is, did you mean constrictor snake? And the second result is giant, which is what happened 3 terms ago, and that's how it is.
Yep.
Oh, your key.
Let's
boy.
see. So let's see. Last time, Pibera just fell into the water, and it was me and Jerk on the opposite shore. And I just decided to start working and sent the owl through a pretty long tunnel, at the end of which was 1 or 2 bugbears and a drow. And so I stopped working, said the drow is here, and decided to jump in because there was no other way to get to the people. There was some flowing water there, but since it was flowing in the wrong way, nothing could be done.
Sounds good.
No. I'm pretty sure you went.
It's connected. Why can't I send it?
The red line in the water, in the water area, is now a rope on a dry bed that can be used to climb back up to where we were.
Healthy bladder.
Where's that at? It says
The
it just
red
says
line in
Jerk's rope is over here.
Yes, that's the rope. We used it to climb down the river to avoid issues with the current.
Perfect.
I was a shark.
I
Yes.
heard you were a shark. It was like
So
one
I
of the
didn't-
only things I knew about the last session was that
So,
Towson
and then,
was a shark.
as we float down here, it was that rat bastard.
yeah, you have one. Beautiful one. You're like, nah, just.
And then 3 different people attacked him.
Come back downstairs and grab another.
Raisin.
Right?
Like, he was talking big before we attacked.
Oh, was he?
A bit.
He was talking smack, and he just got his ass handed to him. I love
Something
it.
about wanting to reclaim his staff
Oh,
when we
boy.
waited in front of him.
Well, he's not going to get to do that.
Yeah.
So what do we really need to know from this guy? Because
Look, as
No.
far as we knew, nobody but Gundren and his team were going to be here.
yeah,
And that before Gundren was here, this place had been abandoned for hundreds of years. The fact that he's here at all deserves an explanation.
okay.
All right. Sorry about leaving you guys like that.
Doubly so because
no.
it's him.
Okay.
All right. So,
See somebody playing Monster Hunter there.
and you guys got some time to think about your moves. Towson, you're grappling Yarno.
So I was wondering if I could do an insight check on what he was saying.
You want to understand his motives? About...
Yeah, I want to see if he's like lying.
You want to see if he's actually begging for his life or if he's trying to do some sneaky ass thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because his face is right up in your face.
So you're grabbing on Yarno's arm. He's begging for his life.
That is a 24.
You look at him, bloodied, beaten, and scarred from the past. Your now passive insight lets you see now that there's been some scarring on Yarno's face. Looks like somebody may have thrown some kind of acid on him and given some permanent scarring. And he is indeed fearing that you will all murder him. He's very scared.
Okay, so my question is, out
I-
of character, why is he now scared? Who is he actually serving?
Yeah, I kind of
Well,
feel like he
we-
needs to give us a
We
reason
have a
not to
giant
kill him.
snake.
Right. So I guess
Towson's turn.
yeah, I was trying to figure out like does he seem like he's being truthful in that like he will cooperate, or like is he like just if as soon as I let him go he's going to try and fucking like attack or run away or something, I guess.
You're able to tell from the fact that when he started begging for his life, he was not pulling away from you. He did not attempt to break your grapple and continue running. He instead is begging for his life.
Okay. All right.
You're pretty sure that he is scared and pleading with you.
Suggestion: tell him to put the zombies away.
If he can.
Hey, put your stuff away. We're busy.
And we've lost audio on Bear.
Okay, hang on. I'm just gonna
And
turn
we've
it
got
off.
back audio on Bear, unless you were just...
No, it's my push to talk. It's like it works and then it just cuts out randomly at some point. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So me noticing these things, I had said I kind of tapped in like slightly, and this was just for flavor. Into my primal savagery, I'm gonna retract the fangs and like the fur and the claws and stuff, and kind of like let him, like cautiously, kind of like let him go, and I'll say like, "Don't run anywhere. Call off these zombies, and I'll call off my snake, and we can talk."
Doran calls on his snake. He responds like, "Oh God, yeah, I'm sorry." And you see the zombies kind of as they had been like moving and progressing and swinging and fighting. Even the one that was, like cleaved in half a moment ago, the one constrained in the stake now, they do stop moving. He was too afraid. He was not thinking about those zombies. He was focused on how close to death he is.
Okay. Yeah. So I will let him go from my grapple, and then just kind of put my hand up towards my snake, as in like ceasefire kind of thing, and just say like, "All right, then let's talk. I want to know what's been going on, and what are you guys doing here?" So,
Okay.
and then that will be my turn.
All right, and with that, you guys are out of combat. Though the zombies are still there, they no longer pose a threat. They've been commanded to stop moving. Yarno has stopped and he's raised hands, and so he's like, all right, I'll talk. I'll talk. I probably would have just entertained you all here and talked before, but please don't. I'll tell you whatever I can tell you.
Oh.
Can I kind of like gesture like this to my snake and have it come to me and like turn back into the staff and then pick it up?
Look, if you de-snake it now, I'll just hand you the staff.
I can just have the snake come to me. We're out of combat, so it's not like we're having
I
to
don't
do
want the snake to walk through me.
it can slither around you.
That might also be worse in its own way.
He no like snake. Also, the flaming sphere that was in the corner disappears. This ball of flame that was hovering is gone.
Cool.
Okay.
So he's deactivated his spells and he's told the zombies to stop.
Cool. Yeah, I want to just like re-staff my snake and pick that up, and then I guess like kind of look around to everyone else and just seeing if anybody else had anything that they wanted to say, or ask him or figure out what's going on.
First of all, this place is supposed to be totally abandoned.
I mean, I kind of want his spell book. I'm just going to throw that out there.
That's...
Pew Bear is gonna eye
weird.
that last zombie like a kid who wants to ask for a toy in the toy store but doesn't really want to say it.
the zombie on Puber's left has been severely crunched by that snake.
Yeah. And I
I'm
suppose
talking
this-
about this one over here.
And I suppose this one is no longer restrained. The snake no longer exists. Well, as a snake.
Well, if no one else is going to ask him anything, I'm just going to tell him like this mine. We were told about this mine by a friend of ours, and it had been lost for hundreds of years. What are you guys doing here?
And he's like, well, we're the mine had been lost until a few years ago. We're here to. He's kind of like holding his hands up and kind of stuttering. He's still very nervous, very scared, holding on to his own life by just a bit, or his own consciousness by just a bit. And he's like, we're here to try to get the forge working.
It seems to be working, at least this part of it. What are you? Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. What's so important about this forge? There's plenty of forges available topside.
Well, so he kind of looks at his son. He's like, do you not know what the Fandelver mine, like, what wave echo, what the mine and or the forge of spells can do?
Oh,
what it
not,
used to do?
so not the. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes. Wait, but if,
It has
yeah,
a name that's enough for me.
I've heard
No, he
tale, but
means-
it's been lost for so long. I don't know anybody who's ever experienced it. You're talking about the green glowing forge in the other room, right?
And he's kind of like looking around back and forth at you guys. This is better. Put this up here.
Well, hello.
I don't know. Looking around at you guys. Is that better?
he's
Yeah.
you're on
I look so
candid
far
camera.
away. I look like my head is like really tiny, but my body really.
Perspective.
Cloud giant. No. Anyways, so a couple of weeks we might have this funny angle, Jared. Maybe I'll rig a camera like above my head so it looks straight on. So as he's like, wait, what did you say to him? Sorry, that distracted me pretty good.
Oh, I said I said that I had heard tale of the forge, but it's been lost for so long. I don't know anyone who's experienced it. Like, you're talking about the green glowing forge in the other room, correct?
Yes, he's like in the Star Cavern to the east, the Forge of Spells. It's like we're here to harness its power. The ability of this forge to create magical items, to the power that armies can wield has long since been legendary, and when it was active, this place was. So how does he say? It's like when it was active 500 years ago. This place was a very important military installation. And it's like we're here to gain that power.
For whom? Who are you working for?
Who's
Well-
we?
Well, for the Black Spider
Hmm.
and for his queen.
I
Cool.
ask him who the drow that's been seen in the forge is.
You still have never heard of the drought. In fact, the only person who knows about this guy.
Oh, I told him.
No, I know about the
Okay.
drow because we
Sorry,
talked
buddy.
to the observer.
And
Or the
that
spectator.
That's what you mean.
That drought.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
But he's
know
like-
that we fought the drow before.
And he's like, well, the Black Spider is a drought. He's an agent of Wolf, the Spider Queen.
Hmm.
Oh, Okay. I also asked him about that doppelganger from years ago. Like, I've been meaning to ask you, what was with that doppelganger?
What doppelganger?
The one that had a map on it. Where did that map lead to?
I
Maybe he
don't
didn't know.
know. A doppelganger with a map? What are you talking about?
They were meeting with you.
I'll tell you if I know.
Okay. I pull my sword back and I say, hey, heal yourself. We're not going to hurt you anymore.
I don't think he can do that.
Stop stuttering, for the love of God.
In Cragmaw,
He starts stuttering more with a knife pointed at.
No,
Look, I just don't know what you're talking about. I'll tell you if
Okay.
I know. What
Hugh Bear's gonna pull
doppelganger-
his sword out and be like,
Just
hold
try-
up to him and be like, now I'm annoyed.
Oh
Jerk, let
God!
me try this.
Oh God! And
I'm gonna.
He's like, Jerk, let me
Charlie's
try
gonna
this.
hold his hands up and
did we
be
just
like,
give him a heart attack?
guys, come on.
yeah, he wets himself. He wets himself right here. He's just
So-
like
Oh.
two swords pointing at him, like, just be less nervous. And he's just like, oh God! And he just you could like Taliesin and Jerk, you can see on the front of him that his robes are getting wet.
I put my sword away. I can't do this anymore. I put my sword away.
And he's just shaking. And he's just
I
shaking with his eyes closed, waiting for death.
I tell him when we met you, when we followed you to Cragmaw Castle, we had found you with a drow and a bugbear, and we killed that drow, and it ended up being a doppelganger and had some sort of map on it. Are you telling us that you didn't know that this drow you were meeting with there was not actually a drow?
Cragmaw Castle. Years ago. Okay.
It's been 3 years.
It's like, yeah, I was there, and he starts telling you why he's there. He's like, I was there to meet with the Goblin King to request more troops after you guys chased and defeated all of my red brands.
Mhm.
When I was there was another drow. I assumed he was working with the Black Spider. It was crazy to see a drow out in the daytime, so I'm not entirely surprised if he was a doppelganger, but I don't know anything about him. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
It's just kind of like
That
shies
tracks.
away from Hubert's sword pointing at him.
Okay, I ask him, what do you need all these weapons for? What are the preparations for? What are the plans here?
He goes, I don't really know what he's going to do with the weapons exactly. I mean, it's power, it's strength to have magic at your command and to be able to equip troops with weapons that could wreak this kind of havoc and devastation. It demands authority from other people. I can tell you what I think. I think he's going to. I think he's wants to take over the mine. He's been keeping it secret that he's taken it over. I think he wants to get it working for to keep feeding weapons to the drow.
Have you figured out?
And to his queen.
Have you figured out the
She
forge?
demands power, and you see him like touch his face, and she does not accept failure.
I see.
Okay, have you figured out the forge yet? Do you know how it works?
We haven't yet. Everything that we put in, it doesn't work. There's some problem. We think it's the necrotic aura here in the cave. So much death, so many lost souls for so long may have corrupted the magic, but I believe he will get. I believe he.
Why?
Taliesin kind of like
almost
tugs
kind
on.
of like
Yep.
calms into a sense of sort of defeat. You know,
Taliesin kind of like tugs on his scarf a
Let me
little
check my
bit. like,
notes.
okay.
Oh,
Wearing a whole bunch of the shit that I put in there.
2 sessions ago, when 6 seasons ago when CJ wasn't here and somebody was running Sparkle Gem, a High Arcana check said that the weapons that we took out were separate from the necrotic aura, that they had their own magic at that point. We didn't get what they were, but that was what we got. I think that's
Are you
Yeah,
what
we know
trying to?
they're
Are you trying to? What are you saying to Iarno here? Or like,
Oh no, I'm just trying to put things together in my head. I'm sorry. It's still they're doing the
you
thing.
guys are interrogating him. He's like, sessions ago. I don't know what you mean.
So
Okay, so I guess I will say, look, it's clear that you seem to be working somewhat against your will. Granted, when we first met you, it wasn't on good terms, but I know it's been 3 years for you, but for us, it's been not that long. It's hard to explain, but we're still trying to figure out what's going on, and if the Drow of the Underdark are planning something, I think I can't let that happen.
And he's kind of calm. He's like, you know, a lot's happened to me in the last couple of years. I'll be honest. I sided. And he kind of like cringes a little bit saying it. He's like, I sought out an alliance with the Black Spider when I caught where it wind that the mine had been found. I wanted power and wealth, and I was well on my way. And when you guys came through and chased us out of Phandalin, and I failed him and failed to hold up our part of the agreement, you guys, I wasn't able to stop. I wasn't able to get Gundren. I wasn't able to stop you. I wasn't able to do any of the things he asked. He made it very clear that I would spend the rest of my life making up for this mistake. And since I've just been his lackey, I've just been doing whatever he asked. At first, I thought I may have still had a chance to be someone, but he did this to me. And he goes and he touches his face. This was one thing I had to do to pay for one mistakes, and I am very afraid of making any more. Please do not. Please just let me go. I don't want to die.
Okay, so where's Gundren?
He has Gundren in the temple room to the northwest, or one of the rooms there. He's holding him and one of the townspeople. I think he's using him in some way to keep the mine a secret.
Follow-up question.
But the last time I saw him, he was alive, but barely.
Who were you more afraid of? Us or the Black Spider?
Kind of like looks down at his piss-soaked clothes and looks up at you, and he's like, I'm afraid of dying.
Okay, well, let us
I'm afraid
talk
of
about
both of you.
something
I'm
real
afraid
quick.
of all of you.
I look at the party and I go, do you want to give this guy a chance to do some good for once in his life?
I was going to suggest the same. I pose a question. You know this mine better than we do. Would you, not saying permanently, but at least fight by our side in an attempt to free you from the Black Spider? And then we will send you on your way.
He's like, I'm screwed no matter what. If I leave, he's like, the Lord's Alliance has got a bounty on my. He's
Bounty
like,
on how?
the Black Spider will be, the Black Spider's bounty will be, well, you know, the worshippers of Wolf won't be going after a bounty if I escape. It's like, and he's trying to think about like what it would mean, because he's generally like, you guys can tell he's afraid of leaving because there's a bounty on his head. And he's afraid of the Black Spider because he's going to hurt him more if he fails, if he sees that he's failed here. And he's like, look, it's like, it's the only thing. It's like my only chance is if I disappear. If I fight you, and he's like, I can't fight him. I'm too afraid.
Well, that
okay.
doesn't lead me to trust you, so give me your book. Give me your source of magic.
He's standing there. I mean, he's standing there. He has all of his stuff on him.
Okay, well then I'm
You guys
going
are just,
to.
and you're not even restraining him. He's just standing there.
I'm going to take it.
Okay. You reach over. He has a spell book on his attached by a harness on his side. Sorry. Excuse me a second.
Mhm.
Actually, let's finish this and then maybe do our 9 break.
Okay.
I gotta take a couple more pills. Yeah, he's got his belt and his harness. You could,
I'm gonna frisk him and then take his stuff.
Frisk him up. Yeah, it's a book. A book that wrapped in leather straps. They're like belt buckles that are bolted down, but you could take the belt off of them. You could take the straps off the book and just take the book away.
See anything else on him?
Yeah, do a quick. You got time, so if you want to frisk him,
Yes.
do an investigation check. Pardon me.
4
Anita?
plus 3.
Can you help me again? I'm sorry. Alarm went off, and I just like immediately have to pee suddenly. I don't know why I can't stop. Like I super have to go again.
It's a 7 altogether.
Okay.
I had one more thing. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I had one more thing to ask him, but I will do it when you get back.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just kind
I'll
of.
tell you. You do it. Everybody, so Jerk's just the only one going through them. If you guys want to talk about what you're doing here in the next few minutes, go ahead, and I'm gonna get up, take some pills, hit the restroom.
Sure. Okay.
So
Okay.
I will take the book and I'll give the P book to Sparkle.
I really don't know, but man, do I have to go.
Yeah, P book. I got a tummy book and a P book now.
I want to ask him if he's able to dispel the flaming skull boy that's outside of this room.
Is that outside this room? I always tried the stairs or the door or anything.
Well, based on
actually, this does sound like a good time to take a little break because I've got to.
Sure. I guess Sparkle Gem could ask him to do that.
Well, it's not just a matter. I don't know exactly if it's attached to this room or a couple of rooms over. I never got past that room, so I don't.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that
what
like
I was going to suggest is maybe take him with, and then when we get to Floaty Head Guy, we just kick him in and have him trigger the trap for us, and then all rush.
I mean,
that sounds like something you would do.
I also don't think that thing is just like a trap that like I feel like it can do that multiple times.
If a wizard lived here, and we have proof a wizard lived here, there could be any number of weird things happening.
We also, so I guess my logic is like he's worried about if he fights the black spider with us, then people will come. Then like the people that follow the black spider will come after him. We have a member of the Lord's Alliance with us. We
Well,
could
I would
see. We could
say
see
suggest
if
getting the
like.
bounty off and having him stay in Phandalin as the wizard he once was.
I think he
Well-
also signed have said that if they find out that Yarno is in Lord's Alliance custody, they'll probably try and assassinate him.
Well,
he
he was saying that the followers of the Black Spider would come after him to kill him, but if we kill the Black Spider, he still failed, so they would come after him anyways if they knew he was alive. I guess the only chance he would have is if we spread the word that he died, that we killed him.
Yeah.
Or what
And
we
then-
could do is stage his body as a corpse and throw him at the enemy to make them think we killed him. And then have him rise after the battle.
I mean, I don't know how we would.
I don't know. We char his clothes. We go get an orc skeleton and put it in his clothes. He'll want to get out of his clothes because they're like you've seen what happened.
Well, I guess. Okay, you're saying have him pretend to be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, either we could have him pretend to be dead or strip him of his clothes, give him something else to wear. Take one of these other zomboids that are about same size, same shape, disguise it as him.
Yeah, we'll have to go ahead and orc one because
Well-
these are all orcs.
So okay, that still wouldn't really solve anything because if we kill the enemies in the other room, it's not like a witness is going to be able to be there. Is going to be there saying, "Oh yeah, and this guy also died." People are
Yeah,
just
but you
going to
gotta
know that
think
the black
people are
spiders
going to come
dead.
looking for the black spider.
Mhm.
And when they come and find him and see a corpse that looks like Yarno's, they're not going to worry
You're
about
saying-
Yarno still being alive.
You're saying that we need to find a way to decorate one of these other corpses like Yarno?
If we're going to try and get him to stay in Phandalin, yes.
Well, we don't really need him in Phandalin. We just don't need him in our face.
Well, yeah, that's true. I need to go
Also,
for my
also,
cigarette
like
break.
he's just let's not forget he did
You go.
steal kids and murder people. So he doesn't really deserve to live.
That's true. I forgot about him kidnapping kids.
Yeah, he kidnapped children.
I totally forgot about that aspect.
If you guys
Yeah, but
remember, he was going to sell some children and a woman off into slavery.
So if anything,
Yeah.
we should kill him just based upon principle for being a shitty human.
Well, I'm also true neutral, so I probably wouldn't care that much.
Yeah, I'm chaotic
You
neutral.
don't care
so
about slavery? Wow.
I mean, it's just like I'm more or less like my character is very much like I'm more worried about like the earth and like plants. Like I will side with like the trees before I side with other people generally. Like I'm not.
So
But if somebody else wants to take action against this dude, that's fine. I'm not going to really care about that either.
I take his
being chaotic neutral, I don't give a shit because I only care about myself.
I take his book and I toss it to Sparkle Gem. I say you may have to wipe some of the pee off of it.
Well, and it's also too. It's like I'm not. If I feel like he's learned his lesson and he obviously seems like he's terrified and was probably forced into a lot of this stuff, then I'm like, well, I mean, you know, if that's kind of like the way with a 23 insight check, I feel like I'd probably kind of get that based on what Jared told me. But if one of you guys want to take action against him, it's like I'm not going to stop you.
I mean, I'll leave that up to you guys. Again, I don't give a shit. I'm more interested in this book right now.
I was kind of trying to get information.
Okay, so yeah, does
So
he
the way
with a 7? Do I find anything else on him?
I am going to go smoke my cigarette though.
you accidentally grab his dick.
Actually,
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, basically, you could take some time to go through them. But you know, what you find is the stuff that's kind of. He's got a pouch. He has a pouch next to his spell book, all along his belt. In that same belt, he has well, actually, in his hand that he's been holding is a wand that he's been using, that he's got. And he kind of has his hands up. So if you're just taking stuff off of him, that's in his hand.
Okay. I snatch his the wand out of his hand. I snatch his. I just take his whole belt.
Yeah, you just take his belts off. His belt that holds the book on, and the belt that holds that's got the satchel attached.
And then I wanna kill him. Like it's as simple as that. He
Oh God!
kidnapped.
Please don't kill me. Oh God! Please.
He
Wait,
I want to take a
wait,
piss.
wait.
Okay. Oh wait.
Wait. I want to ask him, is there any, like, we don't know this mine at all. We've just been kind of wandering. We didn't expect to run into you here. Can you lead us, or at very best tell us, what is the black spider's like normal routine? Or can we expect to find them around this next corner, or do you know if there would be a time where they would be gone and we could try to sneak Gundren out? Like, what information can you give us? Is there anything that we need to look out for, traps, things like that?
So here's that, and so the kind of threat his life again, and he kind of throws his hands back up as a gesture of like, what? Yeah, I'll let you take my stuff. Like, please don't kill me. And he's like, I don't know about a routine or all of that, but he is aware that you're here. We knew you guys were here, or someone was here. He seemed to think that it was you. I don't know how he knew, but he said Sparklemotion was here.
It makes me laugh every time.
So I see our name precedes us.
So the terror of Sparklemotion.
He's like, you guys set off one of our traps in between here and the forge. There was an explosion that we heard. We looked to investigate, and we knew that someone was here. He seemed to be expecting you, and knew that it was you. I didn't see what evidence that it was you. I was so surprised, and I saw you guys, and that he was right.
Do you know how we can dispel those traps, or are you able to?
They're not so. Oh, okay. Well, so he's like, the trap you triggered already.
Yes.
He's like the bugbears set more. He's like this door, and he kind of points to the west. He's like, they almost definitely heard the commotion here. I could guarantee you that they've set something in the inside of the door. I've seen the mechanisms in the past. It's something set to spring if the door opens.
Well, how about that?
He's like, I don't know how to disarm it from this side of the door. I don't think that's possible. I don't know. I'm not really good with traps.
Is there another way in?
There are several other ways to get to the northwest, if that's what you mean.
Yes.
The path we normally take comes near the entrance, and goes and runs along, runs north from the initial cave. I don't know if you when you guys came through the entryway, the first cave, there was a campsite and one of his pets.
Yes.
We normally go through there. There are several tunnels from there where they were mined out by the dwarves and the gnomes long ago. The spider keeps his pets here to deal with some of the creatures in there. We usually pass through that way and then head north, and then there's other doors then that lead up this way. Through that door is a room that the bugbears have been treating like a barracks. So where they stay, and where they form what is essentially his line.
So when you say pets, do you mean those fucking flying things that clamp onto your neck?
No, he's talking about the Stegosaurus guys.
Oh, I love those guys.
Really?
Yeah,
The
good
baby
guys.
dragons. How about that?
And he laughs. And he kind of chuckles and drinks. They're not baby dragons. It's like your druid friend is correct.
I pull my
Stegosaurus.
as he says he laughs at us. I pull my sword back out at his throat.
And he like raises his hands up and cringes again.
So
Look, if
I
you're
put my
just gonna
hand
kill me,
on-
just do it.
I put my hand on Jerk's hand and I'm like, it
stop
was
this.
funny.
I
so
don't know. I love
If you're
me some
just gonna
baby
kill me
dragons.
anyways, just kill me anyways. I know you're gonna do it. I'm
Okay.
not telling you anything else. I'm sick of this.
What about that flaming skull? Can you do something about that for us?
And he looks at you and says, "You know what? Go fuck yourself."
I kill him.
And oh no, before you ever have a chance to move, he disappears in a sparkling misty dust evaporates from the location that he's in. Let's see. How far does he get with this? He gets it, and you suddenly see him. He disappears from that location that he's in, and he reappears. He reappears over this here. The water has come back up again over this period of time while you guys have been interrogating him. The water has been rising, falling, rising, falling, rushing through here, drying out, rushing through here, drying out. As he teleports off, lands in the water, and the water starts to rush him away.
How fast can I get a shot off on him with my crossbow?
Get a shot off. Roll an attack.
I want to also do.
Oh no!
No.
You can't like you go. You're like fuck you, and you go to like stab him like as he disappears, and then as you turn, you've still got like your rapier or dagger or whichever in your hand, and you can't like get the bow together in time to actually make the shot.
I want to. I wanted to cast Ice Knife at him as I see him reappear.
Do it. Roll an attack.
That is 8 plus 5, 13.
Oh, I believe a 13 will hit, actually. I believe it does. Triple check.
Does anybody else have any ranged attacks? I want to see a
13
corpse
hits?
floating down that river.
That's already happened twice today.
It does 3 piercing damage, and then it explodes and does. Let's see, I only did a first level, so 2d6. And then does an additional 6 damage in cold damage.
It's 3. And then he doesn't have to make like a dex save.
He has to make
Ice
a
Knife.
Constitution saving, or else he. No, he does have to make a dex save, or
Yeah.
else he only takes half damage, I think. Or no?
He takes none if he makes it.
Yes, that's correct. But he also is in water and not really being able to control himself, so I don't know if that does anything for him or against him.
What's your DC he has to beat?
13.
I believe that's too low. He
Yes.
fails the dex save, so he takes damage.
Wait, what are we
So
fighting
he-
now?
And you
took-
roll 2d3.
He
It's your
took
own fucking fault for
9
not paying
damage.
attention.
She was gone for like half the time.
He
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I
Yeah, you
was
took a
out
break
for
in
my
the middle of interrogating.
Oh yeah, so Jerk started just mocking him, and like he was like, you know what?
Threatening him repeatedly.
Yeah.
So he stepped away, and Jerkatah was like, I want to
So he
kill him
takes
anyway.
6 on top of the 3.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So as the ice knife travels out through the air, he blinks out, and the little like glittering dust falls from his expression, pops out into an area above the water and falls into it. Jerk fumbles and can't get his crossbow together, even load it, and then Taliesin turns with an ice knife, throws it out. The ice knife itself hits Glassstaff, and then the explosion kills him.
Can I say that like as
Right. Aaron is down.
sweet? Can I say that as he blinks away, I'm just going to like look at all of you guys, or especially Jerk, and just be like, you guys have no tact, and then just like without looking, like shoot over to that direction and hit him.
maybe like as the knife connects and kills him, you're just like, you have no tact.
Yeah.
I respond with, I'm sorry, I have a thing against slavers.
Sure.
Yeah. And then
But he almost got away because you kept threatening him.
And then he went to
I was
water,
trying to get as much
water.
information as possible.
All right,
water
so
washes
got a
his
lot
body
done.
away.
so
The zombies stand there. They do not disappear. They do not stop falling. They are just standing there, kind of staring at you, a little confused. And these are dwarven miners here
all
who
right.
have been raised.
Can I turn to Pew Bear and just be like, have at him, man?
He'll do like just a real quick like, oh yeah, and I guess I'll run over to the first one. Pick a random one. I'll just take like a what ho and take a swing at one of the zombies.
All right. I mean, they are not going to fight. So if you basically want to clear them out, hack them down where they stand,
Okay.
you're able to do
Yeah.
that without
I figured
issue.
you would just have some fun with that.
I say
Yeah.
you save
You can
one
do
to
whatever you want with them.
save one to
Ha!
save one to throw in the furnace.
Yeah. Paladin.
I mean, it already smells bad here. Don't make it worse.
All
Oh,
right.
that's a good
So Jerk, you want to tell him to save one?
No. That was just a
Which
joke.
one? You got. Well, I mean, you can
I-
throw one in the furnace.
I
There are
can't-
3. You kill all 3 of them.
I
The other
can't
three?
lift them.
Yeah, I'll kill him.
All right.
Chop him out.
All right, so I'll give the book to Sparkle Gem, and I'll just put the pouch. I'll put his belts on me. So I'll check out that pouch later.
Okay.
And I've got a wand. I'll just kind of put that in. I'm sure he has a wand holster.
Oh, whoops.
I'm
There is a
gonna.
wand holster on his belt.
Okay, it is my belt now, so I'm wearing it, and I put the wand in the wand holster.
Hmm.
I would like to
Alright.
suggest to the party that we take a short rest.
Just kind of
Where-
relax
If
a little
possible, I would like to take a full rest because I'm completely out of spell slots.
I don't think that we can take a full rest because it's not been 24 hours, and also, like
No.
Glassstaff said, like they probably know that we're right here.
So Hubert is able to enjoyably and easily handle the zombies that are standing there as he strikes them down, returning them to the land of the dead. Glassstaff's body is washed away. Jerk put wand, I guess, in your random stuff, just pouch. And there's that little section in your guys' sheets under equipment that's actually like at the bottom. So if you go to the equipment section and you keep scrolling down, there is an other possessions part. That's a lot easier to put stuff before we identify, just FYI.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot easier to like click in there and edit that, just throwing that out there. So you've got a belt, his pouch, his wand, and Sparkle Gem. Add a spell book into your inventory.
I'm gonna call it P book
P book.
to go with my tummy book.
What's the old saying? Outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read.
What?
You would say that. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go examine this door for traps.
Okay.
Check for
It's
traps.
it's an investigation. So go ahead and roll an investigation check. You take some time knowing that there is something there.
Okay. All right.
Okay, that's better. 21.
Okay. And Sparkle Gem, you kind of came over to the hallway. Jerk, go back over there. You're not done. You're standing at the door checking for traps. You don't. All right. Basically, you can. All right, sure.
Who keeps
You
moving
know
me?
the door is trapped. You know the door is. Who's moving?
Who is-
I
you
actually
guys.
forgot
Stop
I had
that.
control until just now.
Take
And
control away
how
from
many
her.
times? How many times did I tell you not to do that? Tisk tisk.
I'm gonna see you guys walking around doing stuff and be like, can we please just take a rest for a second? I would like to maybe try to figure out what all of this. He said that there was some sort of necrotic stuff going on, and I'm wearing a lot of the armor and stuff that I put in the forge. So I'd kind of like to figure out maybe what it does.
I say that seems like a good idea. I am going to sit and examine all of the things that I took off of that dead wizard.
I'll
Okay.
Pew Barrel just kind of like, okay, and like kind of you see him like go into screensaver mode. The drool. Is that still a thing?
Okay.
Screensaver mode?
Just screensaver mode.
Yes.
Just kind of says like, oh, okay. You guys, your plan is to stay in this room for an hour, investigating the items that you have, spending time with them to figure out.
Two things. One, is it dawn outside yet? And two, how many spell slots do I get back from a short rest? I have to look at that.
You just click the short rest button and it will take care of it for you. A long rest is probably for most of you. Some of you as casters get short rest. I think Sparkle Gem, unfortunately, there's long rests.
Yeah, and if
But
that's
you should be able to go to your character sheet, click short rest, confirm it, and then when you refresh.
It will
Yep,
tell you
nope.
also what you recover.
But
I
so
have to take a long rest in
here.
order to recover spell slots.
So you guys are in an open, unbarricaded area.
Yeah, I mean, we're not sleeping. We're just kind of like sitting
Hanging
around.
out.
Yep. Is anybody gonna stand watch?
I will.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're not.
Because there's no point in me taking a short rest because I don't get anything from it.
You know what? I will volunteer for that because I don't think I get. I haven't really used much.
I just
Okay.
want to know what my stuff does.
This is impossible. I have to. Oh my gosh, you guys! Like, this keeps happening to me. I am like suddenly having to go to the bathroom, and it's driving me crazy. Like, I'm starting
So
to
go
worry a
pee.
little bit because back surgery. Like, I'm worried that like this is some nerve damage thing happening. I can't get up without Anita, so I got to call her again.
Okay.
It's probably your medications.
Yeah.
One, your
know,
medication.
And I just took a new one and some others, so I know, but I'm just. I hate this.
Probably a mix of your medication and you being on your back constantly is applying more pressure to your bladder than you're used to. And so that's probably forcing you to have to pee more.
Well, give her a call. We can wait. Ain't no thing.
Okay. So we're stopping. You guys are going to be in the first few minutes of your long rest. Jerk, when you examine
So
the
we are
door
taking long rest.
with yours, what you can't see anything on your side of the door, but as you investigate like the handle, you notice that there is like some resistance or pressure, and knowing that there is a trap in the other side of the door, you deduce that it will be triggered by the hand.
Okay.
I got an idea.
I'm gonna.
I read
Well,
this in a book once.
I kind of want to go
I'll be back.
collect my rope.
Okay, and hopefully we'll see if you guys can get through a whole hour of not being interrupted and all tell you guys what all the stuff is that you got, but I will be back.
Okay.
Sweet.
Anita, please
you,
help me. I'm so sorry.
Your rope is tied up, like tied off, like way up here. I
Well,
don't think you'd be able to go
shit.
get it. We do have a fuck ton of rope, though.
I have to go again.
If we
Oh
can
no!
push
Did
the
you
I don't
guys?
know
stuff,
why.
Did you guys leave my fucking lantern over there too?
Yep.
sorry, they were ambushed.
No,
That
they
was
were
my
all like,
bad.
we have to go save Sparkle Gem.
Okay,
Because she's
well,
a dumbass.
before any of this happens,
I was just gonna swim you back over there until we saw Yarno, and I was like, I want to bite that guy.
who's gonna accompany me back to that area?
So here's my thoughts.
I don't think that we'd be able to
So,
get back over there very
Chris,
easily.
if you look at the map with me,
I'm looking.
you see here,
Yeah.
that's looks like it's the door that Sparkle Doom opened and was trapped.
Yeah, it is.
And we couldn't dislodge the debris from that side. Maybe we can dislodge part of it from this side.
Okay.
and
Well,
Or
get
that's
just climb
through.
over.
we'll deal with that when he comes back. But yeah, that sounds
That sounds a lot easier than climbing up the river.
And I don't know if the water's back or not, because he said it was back and then it was gone and then it was back.
Like
Yeah,
every
it seems
5
to, like,
minutes or so, it
surge.
seems like.
That also being said, this looks very familiar to me from when I did my solo run.
You mean the part that exploded?
Yeah, this looks like the room with the explodey boom boom in it.
I think I
This
see part
is
of it
not
sticking
helpful.
out.
This is explodey boom boom room,
Neat. And so, hey,
as Sparkle Gem referred to it as.
here you got another book.
Yeah.
Hey, can
Yeah, I
borrow
got
that?
another book.
Have you looked through
mean-
those books yet?
I keep saying like I've been entertained by my book, looking through my book, but I haven't rolled anything yet.
Well, I mean, the last one was in something you couldn't read.
Well, yeah, it was in Draconic, but that doesn't mean this book is going to be in Draconic. He may have switched languages, knowing that we already stole one book.
I'm pretty
I would
sure.
also
I
like
can
a
read
wand,
everything.
please.
I'm pretty sure that's Jared's alarm.
It is. I need all the magic items. We all know I'm the like caster of the party.
We get the we spend the 1 hour of the 2 hours to get the identify result.
Yeah.
And oh, you mean that? Well, I am also a caster. Thank you.
Hey, I'm also a caster. Totally a caster. I do a lot of casting.
We all know I'm the like wizard who doesn't know she's a wizard.
You're one half wizard.
Yeah.
At best.
Well, I'm thinking about just saying fuck it and cross-classing into wizard at this point.
Because full wizards do get a spell slot back on a short rest.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of fair. What's the old saying? Start as a rogue and then become anything else and keep sneak attack.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like
Mm.
sneak attack damage is a thing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter like if what I cross class into, I get sneak attack now. But the only reason I want to see Arcane Trickster to the end is because at level 18, I get Spell Thievery.
17.
Which, oh, it is 17. Okay, but either way, I see a spell casted and I suddenly know it for the next 8 hours. Like, fuck
Which
you.
means
I
if you go to
need that.
17, then you have to go to 20 to get the last ability score.
Yeah, right?
You're locked in at that point. If you do that and then you get to 3 of something else, you're not getting any more points.
Well, and even then, I think it's at like level like 12 or something like that. My mage hand is able to cast spells for me, and that
13.
becomes see, that becomes
So
broken
you
as hell.
locked in again.
I only went Arcane
That
Trickster
is-
because I love the aspect of the hand. That's it. Otherwise, I would have gone pure wizard.
This just says you can use your mage hand moving bonus action to have it use the help action in combat.
Could have sworn there was something that said you could cast stuff, or maybe that was a feat that I was looking at.
That might have been a feat.
Oh man, I'm gonna be sad if I broke this.
Broke what?
What'd you break?
My gun.
Like,
Oh.
I know that my familiar, I can cast touch spells through it, so I can send Gabe to sit on somebody's shoulder and then cure wounds them through it. But Mage Hand is really weird. And these things are cool.
Well, Mage Hand is kind of if you don't become an arcane trickster to give you special abilities.
And pickpocket from like 60 feet.
Right, like that. Or using my thieves' tools. Like, I could disarm locks and traps, like all of it. It's phenomenal.
This is a great cat.
Yeah.
Come on.
And the audio knob on this headset turns so easily, and since I'm like in bed, I'm like just touching it, and it goes woo, and my volume disappears.
You had an
Turn it
alarm
back
go
up.
off while you were gone.
Yep, and I took my medication.
Perfect.
It also went off on my watch, so I knew. So lucky me.
Does it also tell you when Pokemon are near?
I do not play Pokemon Go anymore.
And an Apple Watch? I'm jealous.
Somebody at work gave it to me.
I was just gonna say, ask him how he got it.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
super
the guy-
jealous.
A guy who was just like, I buy too many. I hate e-waste. I buy too many electronics. Do you want an Apple Watch? I was like, yeah.
You know what? No, I don't.
Sure.
Pedal your
well,
way
thanks.
somewhere else.
It's the original one, so as far as those things are concerned, I guess it's kind of garbage. But who the fuck cares?
Does it work?
Right? Yeah.
If
I mean,
yes, then it's
functions.
sweet. Like,
All right. So here we are. You guys have started saying, yeah, is this like where you are taking your hour to check out the stuff that you've got and where you're standing, where your characters currently are?
Yeah, I'm going to keep watch over by these doors and such while I read my. Actually, I'm going to sit on the in the back of this wheelbarrow and do it.
Okay.
I would
in
have.
the wheelbarrow. You fit.
Yeah.
I would have moved kind of back towards over here to like, case like somebody like walks through this door or does something and they're not just gonna like see me immediately.
I'll hang out back here behind the forge.
I'll probably
Okay.
place myself right about here to keep an eye on this door over here in case somebody decides to check in on how progress is going.
So you'll
Alright.
hang out over by me.
As she's laying down in the wheelbarrow.
I'm looking through the book. There's no point in me taking a short rest. I don't regain anything other than hit
Well,
die.
I mean, that's technically a short rest anyway. It's like hanging out, relaxing,
Reading
Yeah.
a book.
reading a book,
Right? Yeah.
that kind of thing. God damn it.
Does anybody roll? Let's see. Well,
I say
as the first few minutes pass by, actually, you guys, you do hear some noise rolling into the area of the cave, and we find we've got a few. Oh man! So what you hear? Let's see. Sparkle Gem and Pubert. Roll me perception checks.
Yeah. I'm bad. I see my eyelids. I feel it.
Right.
Oh, what is there we go. 13.
All right.
18.
18. Oh, okay.
it
Cool.
happens.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Rarely.
right, man. It's a die roll, right? You land on a bunch of stuff. All right. Well, let's see. If you bear, Sparkle Gem, so some noise coming out of the hallway. Seems Sabavi, you had seen a series of skeletons at the base there. But if you bear, what you hear is some. Just initially, it is. It's like a quiet explosion. It's an explosion. It's not huge, not echoing throughout there, but you hear a like burning in the air, kind of consume, and then you hear some things go. And another like sound of an explosion and
Can I
what is
check for PST flashback? Like PTSD flashback here?
PTSD flashback. I mean, Sparkle Gem, you maybe hear some of the like the sounds of burning noise. You don't hear some of these other sounds.
Okay.
But
I'll just kind of say, like, what in the fantasy equivalent to hell is going on?
yeah,
The hells.
And
there are several, and I'm gonna need everybody to roll me initiative. Ghouls running up the stairs, and probably actually now if you're there, probably you'd see the one as it came up, even though technically you guys wouldn't see this hallway. You would see one of them running up the stairs.
I was trying to shout
Yeah.
some sort of warning.
Did we not actually get to do the short rest then?
No, you didn't get through it. That was the D20s I was rolling.
Okay.
I was rolling some of those off to the side. That 16 is the last one on whether or not you would have an encounter during this.
Well, gonna have
So
to.
I know I hate this. I should just given it to you guys. Find it, but it's the way the cookie crumbles. So let me get the sheet up and ask for the pure rolls as
Here.
they go through. Oh, and I guess also all these dwarf zombies are dead.
Time to zoom back in on the map. Doop 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 boop ba doop boop.
And now I gotta go get some of these wandering ghouls. And all right, give me the pure die roll for Godwald.
10 on the die.
10 on the die. Sparkle Gem.
14 on the die.
14. Giant Constrictor Snake is no longer with us. And Jerk.
10.
10. And Bear.
14 on the die.
15. Towson.
9.
9.
That's interesting.
It was all bad.
More of these wandering creatures in the cave. The cave still being a dangerous place despite people being here. 3 of them run up the stairs. So at the top of the order, I have one Sparkle Gem. Sparkle Gem, your book reading is interrupted by the sounds of an explosion, and now you hear some growling hisses as they move, moving your way.
Yeah, I'm going to keep the Oh, you never answered my question on if dawn happened yet outside yet or not.
Oh yeah, let me go up the time. I'll tell you. I write it down. Do you want to? You need to know beforehand. Okay.
Well, I just want to know when I get my charges back on my stuffs.
All right. So it was about 3 a.m. when you were talking to the Spectre for about 40 minutes. You beat the Wraith. So no, you talked to him about 40 minutes. You rested for 9 hours. It was about 3 a.m. then. It's only been maybe as you passed through them and interrogating him another hour. So we're probably at about 5 a.m. Not quite sunrise.
Okay, that's all I needed. Then I'm going to shoot the baddie with my crossbow. If I could find my thingy that does the thingies. This one, I assume I can see from where I'm at, or do I need to adjust?
Yeah. No, you get him cresting up the stairs. He might have a little bit of cover. As he's coming up, and Pubert shouted this warning. As he's noticed, standing guard.
All right, so I got a 9. Which does a whole lot of nothing, I assume. So I'm going.
Ghouls are a little. Let me get them.
So I'll use my bonus action to hide in my cart.
Yeah, with the extra cover coming up the stairs, You heard the explosions. You heard the shouting. Something's coming. You hear the crossbow. It's just a little too early as the bolt goes flying over its head as it crests the stairs. And you go to hide. Use your bonus action to hide. You roll your stealth.
Yep.
What are you going to hide behind?
The wheelbarrow that I'm chilling in.
Okay, you're going to hide in the wheelbarrow. All right, roll your stealth.
16.
16, all right. And then that brings us to Jerk. Pubert has shouted warning that something is coming this way.
Someone's coming. Something's coming.
Sparklemotion has turned and fired a crossbow bolt and hidden in a wheelbarrow.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to use my bonus action to dash. I'm going to get here. Well, I'm going to go up here. Do I have a line of sight from there?
Yeah, you would from there.
Okay. I'm going to head up there, and I'm going to crossbow at that mofo.
All right, give it a shot.
13.
13 hits.
Ooh.
You're able to get a bolt in as it climbs just a little bit higher up the stairs.
13 damage.
Drawn in 13 damage on the ghoul.
The fuck?
It looks quite damaged, quite hurt by your bolt. Your bolt just sinks right into its neck. It's gurgling now instead of hissing as it was before.
All right, and then
It was bonus action, movement, action.
that's it.
All right.
I thank Pubert for letting us know of the interruption to our rest. And then that's it.
All right. And that means actually, Pubert, you've just been thanked for calling
All
you,
right.
shouting out, "Good guard duty, buddy."
I'll do like one of those heroic nods, and I'm gonna unofficially charge at this guy.
Okay. Move towards, yeah.
And I'm gonna take a swing.
Swing, bada, swing, and you hit.
Doing a mighty. Wow, this is my day.
All right.
11 damage.
11 damage. Gotta check my map, which one it is. 11 damage to ghoul 10. Brings down the ghoul.
Do like a running video game stab charge.
Boom. Stabs like the bolt through the neck, and then you just cut down through the head, and the bolt dies. Sorry, your arrow is destroyed, Chris. Mark one arrow off. For the first time ever. All right. Action, movement. Do anything else? If not,
yeah, that was movement. That was action. I don't really have any bonus actions I'm gonna do, so I'll just kind of stand guard and try to. Actually, wait. I'm gonna take a step back this way.
all right. You were right next to him, so he would get like an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh, he was. I thought he was dead. My apologies. If he's still alive.
Oh no, he is dead. You're right.
I'll step back to make sure I'm not.
Blame that on the 3 kinds of drugs that I'm on, plus all the other.
Man, we can blame it on all the drugs you want.
Whichever ones. Yeah, you step back. No worries. Dead ghoul. Too many things. All right. That means it's now P-Bear's brother's turn. Godwald.
Huh? Okay. Let's see. I'd like to make a regular move to get here. And then dash to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just trying to get over to what that sound was, and that's it.
Okay. Garwell makes his dash and moves over. And that means it is now Tal's turn.
Talison's just going to calmly walk over here and just kind of like look around, assess the situation. But he can't go far enough to do anything.
Yeah, you guys get a couple eyes on your party members. Things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then these two ghouls, 7 and 6, are going to move their way. They are dashing. They are running into hungry. Wait, was it? It's their way in. One comes up to Pooh Bear. Swing. +13 + 4, 17 to hit.
I think I'm good.
Does not. So his claws just scratch against the metal armor, doing it. And the other moves up.
Ah.
And runs, uses his action to dash in, come up close, and get up to the other side of you, not noticing Sparkle Gem. But then that brings us back to the top of the turn. It is Sparkle Gem. You are hiding in a wheelbarrow.
Did I lose audio?
Oh, I can't hear it. Sparkle Gem, I can't hear you.
Really? Or can you hear me now?
Now,
Yeah. You know.
Okay, it was a new headset, so I'm getting adjusted to the mic thing. But what I said was I was going to stick my head out, shoot my crossbow, attack with an 8. I assume that misses, and then use my hide action or my bonus action to hide right back in my wheelbarrow.
All right, yeah, the 8 does miss, so you kind of like you're hiding in the wheelbarrow. Pop the crossbow over and head back down. Roll yourself again. The bolt goes flying past the one standing next to him.
19.
Okay.
I hide good. I shoot bad.
It may not have seen the crossbow bolt go flying past it. Flying by. All right, but with that, that means we're at Jerk again.
Advancing. I'm going to move forward to this guy. I'm going to take a swing with my...
Are you standing on the wheelbarrow with Sparkle Gem inside?
I'm going to move here.
All right.
Just step on me.
And I'm going to take
rude.
What the fuck?
I mean, you can if you want. You can stand on the wheelbarrow, but you know it's a one-wheel fulcrum number. There might be a dex check to make sure you don't fall off.
I think it'd be more effective if I'm stabbing things downwards. But all right, so I'm going to take a swing with my rapier at this guy.
All right.
Do good. That was good.
Nat 20. Crit. Nice. That hits. And you're going to do double damage.
Double all the things.
Oh, double all the things. He's within sneak attack range, too.
Oh.
All right, so dagger damage.
What is this? It's your rapier, all right.
Rapier I hit the wrong one. That's not right. That's dagger damage. So this is the rapier damage.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Times 2 is
Times
20.
2
Go
is
on with
20.
your sneak attackies.
That's definitely not how that works.
It's not?
Oh, no, that's right. You roll 2
So roll
more.
your regular rapier damage, roll your regular sneak attack damage, and then just roll another 1d8 plus 2d6 crit damage.
Well, that's how some people do it. Some people just have you roll once and then double it.
Yeah.
Rules is written, right? That's why we talked about this several times.
Yeah.
I think it's cooler when you roll dice. Lots of dice. All the dice. I want to play Shadowrun someday and roll lots of dice.
Oh, I know. I mean, I'm fine with either way.
So
So
my
now
rolling.
you do another D6 without the bonus, and because the bonus only gets added the one time, and then another 2D6. So far you've done 17 with this strike.
Wait, no, that first one should have been a D8 because he does D8 damage without the bonus.
It was a D8. Oh, sorry, his first one was a D8. This D6 can be
So we're
roll one
looking
more
at-
D6 because you're doubling the sneak attack damage. So roll one more D6.
Yes, pretty boy.
Okay, now one more D8, and then we're gonna total all that out.
It needs sharpened. It's up on
So-
top there.
All right, so that's
10, 28. 28 damage annihilates the ghoul. How does this rapier destroy this ghoul?
Does it have eye sockets?
not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yes, I just I swing at it and I just take like the top of its head and like its brain out, and it splats against the wall behind us. And I look at Pew Bear and I go, "You're welcome, buddy." And then
Yeah, so
Aw.
yeah.
and then since that was just my one, can I move a little further and use my dagger on this guy?
Yeah, because you were just standing here, right? So you can stand over its body and attack the next one.
Ornate dagger. 14. 20.
14. It's not +6. It's just 14 because it's
Okay.
your offhand. But
But
a
the
14 still hits.
damage gets the bonus?
You get sneak attack once per
No,
round.
no. I mean like the
No. His regular attack damage, does that get the +3 bonus still or not?
Yes, you just don't get the bonus to hit.
Okay. Well then he takes 6.
So you take 6 damage.
Hmm.
So as
And the plastic thingy.
as Sparkle
And one
Gem
of the
like
drawers.
fires her crossbow over her head blindly. Jerk steps up, takes the rapier, swipes the top of the ghoul's head off right above the eyes, so that just like the brain band dead. It kills it. It falls flat. Goes, "You're welcome, buddy." Takes another step forward and jabs a dagger into another remaining ghoul, doing 6 damage.
Yep.
Stabs it one more time for good measure to make sure he's been active. So after Jerk, it is Pew Bear's turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to. I got to return this favor, so I'll take a swing at the guy in front of me.
All right.
Be like, whoosh. It's a 15. I don't know if that
15
is.
hits. Oh yeah, 15 hits.
For a mighty 6.
The mighty 6. So as you bring your longsword across, this is actually going to be kind of interesting. You're going to love this. 6, yeah. So you notice as you're bringing your sword along that this ghoul, unlike the others, is actually scorched, like from head to toe, like charred looking. And so as you come and sink your sword into it, it dies, having taken some damage before it ever arrived in the room. You kind of think maybe the explosions had something to do why it was already injured. But it is now dead as well.
All right. Are we out of combat?
Yeah, and you guys are out of combat once again.
I'm going to go back behind the forge and sit back down with my stuff.
Okay.
I'm going to poke at the charred corpse for a second. You kind of mentioned, I wonder if this goes with the booms I heard earlier.
Yeah. So yeah, you kind of you are able to piece that together. You're like, I only kind of hit this thing twice. Like, something's, it's got a crossbow or an arrow bolt, and something was going on. Like, it's burnt, it was crispy, and it died rather fast. As you guys, and this is, I'm so excited for this. As you guys are here, and you spend the rest of the time with your stuff, if you do want to spend the next hour doing this, I'm assuming that you're just kind of keeping on the last plan.
What, trying to take a short rest?
Yeah.
I vote for the 2-hour thing. Yes.
Okay,
I'm cool with it.
Sure.
All right, so you guys want to try and spend more time here. You do find that that nothing else comes along in the next 2 hours. So we're going to go through and we are going to tell you. I'm going to add some things to your inventories.
Sweet.
Yeah, one of the daggers in my inventory has the forged tag. So.
Okay. I'm not going to remove the other one. You guys.
Okay.
Second.
We'll just take care of that.
Let me do some of these here. And Taliesin, if you refresh your sheet, you should see several new items there. If you would replace your hide armor, your scarf, and your owlbear headdress with those items.
Dope. All right.
So they all have the word wild in the front. You may have seen. Jerk. Go ahead and refresh your sheet, and you'll find a dagger with the word radiant and then wild on it. Godwald. Give me a second here. I'm adding it into your sheet now. And you will also find here shortly a dagger with the word radiant and then wild in front of it as well.
Oh, shit.
So you guys take a look at those for a second. While I have this sparkle gem, you got a spell book over the course of this. So you guys read those while I'm telling her. Sparkle gem, the spell book that you're reading is, what languages do you know? Oh, you got to tell me that first.
Well, I was going to ask you what language is it in, and then let you know. But I only know Common and Gnomish. But I feel like based upon my intelligence, I'm supposed to have more, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Do that thing we did last?
You know, it's funny because I was checking it and I was reading what his book was, the second one that I wrote, because this is a copy of his book. He had kept a second one in.
Stop.
Did not have all of the spells the previous one had, but it does have these spells. You find in it a spell book containing the light. It's the light cantrip, mage hand, shocking grasp, charm person, magic missile,
magic missile, charm person.
It also has hold person, misty step. I've seen him use that a bunch of times. Flaming sphere.
Arg, Misty Step.
And one of the later pages in the book, as you're turning it, you find that it is actually skin. And on this skin is tattooed another spell. The rest of the spells in the spell book are uncommon. This is a language that you don't quite recognize, but it is not on paper. It is a tattoo on skin, then taken, stretched as a page, and placed inside the book.
Okay.
And I'm going to glance down the rest of your guys really quick.
I've got that wand and the pouch too. I could look through.
Oh,
give me that wand.
Let me add the wand. We'll see. Give me a second. Jerk, refresh your page. You should see the wand there. Okay, so you got all those spells, and I am looking through the rest of you guys' thing. I don't know if Sparkle Gem, if you took the book around, I actually don't think
Well,
that
Godwall
anyone
could
knows
comprehend
this language.
languages. Yeah, but
We
Oz
talked.
does have comprehend languages as a spell.
So if you brought it over to me, I was like, "Hey, help me with this." If that's something you would do, like last time.
I would
Mhm.
assume so, because you and I kind of rely on each other for magic.
Sure. Yeah, if you approach me with the book saying, "Hey, there's this page that I can't read," then I would take the 10 minutes to ritual out comprehend languages and then try and take a look at the page.
Okay. If you comprehend languages, you're able to recognize this language is Draconic.
Hmm.
Which you speak.
And which the first book was in.
Right. This language, this is Draconic.
And it's also on skin.
If you've seen both books, you would recognize that this is clearly not a page from the other spell book. This is tattooed flesh that has been removed and stretched to be a page in this book. And and you can recognize the spell then as a spell of animate dead. Between the two of you, and put it together. I should have had you roll the Arcana to recognize it because you didn't know the language at first. But sorry. But
I mean, I could still do it. In worst case scenario, we forget that that's what it is and try again later.
Cool.
In Jerk's pouch also finds a scroll that he cannot read. So Jerk, you can go ahead and add scroll to it. I want you to share with the group.
You know, you want to give it to Sparks to do an Arcana check on.
Then I won't get it back.
You'd probably get it back.
Okay. You can't.
She likes you. It doesn't mean she likes everybody else in the party.
But
I
yeah,
kid.
there is a scroll in there. He also has some coin. He has he has some coin in his pouch. Some gold. Where's my? What? They don't do it 100? Okay, of course they do. There it is.
53.
53 gold in his pouch, Jerk. So you can add 53 to your inventory.
Okay, and I'm going to stealth.
Or divide it up amongst the group. That's up to you.
No, that one I'm gonna use my sleight of hand.
You could just open the pouch with your backs to us, and
I'll
we
do
would
that.
never know.
Yeah, you're going through it. You know that this is in there. You find his scroll tucked away in the pouch. There's other there are other components, like things that are used in the spells in his spell book. So, and they're just pieces, parts of stuff.
Okay. I go to Taliesin and I ask him if he could use any of these components.
What are the components?
They're just spell components.
They're the components for every spell that was in the spell book. So,
well then I'll.
We can kind of mark it down later. But he had this. He was playing it safe and not only using his wand as a focus, but also having the spell components. He's been taken advantage of in the past, and he was very prepared.
Okay, well I'm gonna go.
I mean,
I'm gonna
I don't know who did that.
I'll hand Sparkle Gem the spell components then, so she can have those. Is there anything special about the belt itself, or no?
Yeah, it was just a belt that he had. He was wearing.
It could hold up a spell book this big. That's how cool of a belt it was.
I mean, there is a slot for a wand in his thing, so it's specifically made for him. It's a little fancier. It's not like a heavy duty belt. It's more ornate, flimsier for decoration kind of thing.
Okay.
Are there studs?
How small does it
go?
There
studs?
Would it fit Sparkle Gem if I gave it to her?
It's a thin leather. A belt? Yeah, you could always punch a hole in a belt.
Okay, so I give her the belt and I give her the scroll and I say, hey, I can't translate this. And then I say, I also have this, and I pull out the wand. I'm like, it shoots sticky stuff.
She's going to jump up and down, trying to grab it out of your hand.
I hold it
Oh, yeah.
just above her head, and I'm like, I'll consider a trade.
What are you looking for?
I don't know. We'll talk about it later, and I hand it to her.
Oh yeah, and you can keep the book.
Oh yeah, and the book is
Okay.
yours too.
I have no interest.
You have no interest? Okay, so I'll just wear the belt like Yarno did. Heck, gladly, like strapping everything on and getting prepared.
I'm gonna tell her there's like weird stuff in the pouch. Also, can you read this? And I ask her to read the scroll.
All right.
So Arcana check to see if I know it.
Irving?
It's a language, so it's intelligence check, and I can tell you that you don't know the language.
Okay.
If you hand it to Godwald,
Yeah, I'll like open
Yeah,
it
my
up
thing
to
lasts an
Godwall so
hour.
he could look at it.
I mean, whether or not you're using the spell, Godwald, that it's Elvish script. Taliesin probably would have seen this too if he was nearby.
I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, I can read that even normally.
I mean,
Yeah, he's hanging out.
I can go over here and be like, I can read it, but
A lot of weird text are in Elvish, so
Right,
I
yeah.
mean, if you guys draw the symbol, like transfer into like a common tongue that I would know, I could probably make an Arcana check to see if I could figure out the spell pattern.
Yeah, so I mean, between the three of you, with enough time over the hours spent here, you can find that it is a scroll that has the spell blindness, deafness.
is it in Quenya or is it in
in what?
it's the Elvish language from Lord of the Rings?
Is the Elvish language?
Well, hey Jared, real quick, do you want to give her the wand? I'll take
It's
it.
actually
I'll take
you
it.
actually would reckon.
I'll take it out
You
of my
give her the
inventory.
wand?
Yeah.
Okay, just tell her what it is, and she can look for it and then remove it from your inventory.
Okay, I'll just put it in the chat.
But actually, Taliesin, you would actually probably recognize that the spell scroll is not in like the High Elven like script. It doesn't have any of that kind of dialect. It's actually in a Wood Elf.
Oh,
So it'd be a little more familiar to you. On the other,
Okay.
you'd be able to read it and tell them. Although just Elvish, still the dialect and the writing is something more familiar.
yeah. Can I just tell them what it says then?
Yeah. It's a scroll of blindness and deafness.
Yeah, I say that to everybody. I don't want to repeat it like 12 times.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think in the inventory of it, whoever puts spell scroll and then just edit the spell scroll to be able
That's all you.
to cast that.
I'd like to take that actually.
You guys can do
Okay.
that.
That's fine.
Fits my repertoire pretty well.
Oh no, I
Ooh.
was telling them that the scroll's all them.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So there's the items you found and the stuff that you frisked off of Glass stuff while he still thought he was gonna live.
So I call a group meeting. I say, group meeting, everybody. Okay, so here's the thing. That forge is awesome, and we should throw more stuff in it.
Okay. So I guess I don't know. I think probably the one that's a little bit the most versed in magic. I mean, not. I guess
no,
you
Yeah,
you have
that's
more
definitely-
arcane stuff, but like I have also dealt with a lot of magic and have also been alive for a very long. This is wild magic, so sometimes it's really good,
consistent.
but sometimes it's really bad.
All right,
It's
fine.
not consistent.
We'll just keep what we got then. We'll figure out how to. Let's.
Try it.
So
Right? I got a
so-
spare set of leather armor I could just throw in.
Taliesin is kind of doing it, and we could say like as a druid, the kind of magic you deal with, you've probably seen more things that dance along the edge of the Fey realm more so than they do in the textbooks of the arcane. And so, having seen some of this wild magic, Taliesin's familiar that like wild magic is wild, and it's crazy, and it's almost out of control.
So I'd like to ask around, did everybody get the same result?
You don't know
'Cause I
until
know
you
that
use it.
what I got doesn't feel like something that could like change the difference in a fight between armies. So when he talked about it not working, I think this may have been what he meant, because this is
I think that
not what
they're
I expected out of the Forge of Spells.
well.
Mine-
I think there's something that we're missing that everyone's missing, and that's what he was saying was it is working, but they're not actually able to control what they're getting out of it. It's just kind of
There's probably a prep system that's lost in time
chaos.
throughout this cave.
Somebody,
What if the magic is just inside of us the whole time?
Somebody roll me
Yes.
an intelligence check.
Ooh,
Base
Somebody-
intelligence.
Whoever's thinking about this, yeah, just general.
So
general
plus 3.
intelligence
Got
check
it.
to remember what
I'll
Iarno
try.
said.
nope.
I got a 13.
I like to be bears like, I really want to think about this magic stuff.
I also got a 13.
Yep, it's magic.
Less.
12. So enough for you guys to remember that just a couple hours ago, when he was talking about the spells, that there was something about the necrotic aura that in the cave that was disrupting the way that the forge worked. So they were trying to figure out how to handle this, how to take care of not having this necrotic aura interfere with the forge.
Okay, so
Well, I'm not sure, but what we know, do we know he had mentioned that door was trapped? Did you check that out? Did you
Yeah, I checked it out.
confirm?
I confirmed it is, in fact, trapped.
Do we know?
It's trapped from the other side, though, so there's nothing we can do to kind of disarm it.
That
Yeah,
path,
there is.
well, I had an idea, but it's really weird and requires multiple rogues.
Jerk was able to figure out that, knowing that there was a trap there and that it was on the other side, he just kind of, through his investigation, figured that the handle on the door latch is what's going to trigger the trap.
That's fine. I could cast my mage hand and open the door from far enough away we're not affected by the trap. Or even then cast my mage hand and use it to disarm the trap.
I've got a really weird idea.
What's your
How
idea?
about we take
All right, you guys
Yeah.
talk about it. I'm going to try and get up to the restroom. I can't
Sure.
believe this.
Good luck, man.
45
dude.
minutes.
So we take the hinges off the door,
Hey, Anita,
we open it the other way,
can you help me again?
knob doesn't move.
I'm so sorry.
Is that a thing that works?
No, when we take the door off the hinge, the
Like, can you take the pins out of the hinges of a
yeah,
door?
but
Is that
as soon as we move the door, the trap's gonna trigger because the handle moved.
I know it's a help.
Oh, it's not from turning it, it's just from pulling it at all. Okay,
yeah.
then we go back to the mage hand idea and do it from 60
I
feet
think
away.
that
If it blocks the
meditation
corridor again,
is
then we have to go into the explosion.
Yeah.
So,
So
Or actually, what is
My-
north of here?
thank you.
Oh,
it just goes into a
What,
river.
what's
But
your home take
Godwald or
while
anybody,
for all
the people who had made it across the river, were you able to see anything further down that path?
down this river that we're next to? No. I got
No.
up while I was on this side of the water wheel, so I didn't see anything beyond the water wheel.
No, I mean before
No, like before you
we
fell
all
into the
into
water.
river came down this way, when we had made it across, most of us had made it across. We'd only stopped and jumped into the river because I went to go save Pearl Gem. So, did anybody investigate further down the path on the other side of the river?
I now tell you everything I saw with the owl.
Okay. So we still have the rope there, and we do know that this
I'll be right back.
river drains every couple minutes for a couple minutes. So we could potentially wait for it to drain, run back, and pull ourselves up with the rope.
I approve this plan. It also involves us getting the rope back.
Yeah, we'd also get the rope back.
Yeah.
Although my lantern's over here. I need that.
We can get there.
I mean, you're able to just jump the distance across
Like,
the river.
the mage hand can take the lantern and bring it to us if we need that much.
I think Pew Bear can jump it too, but I know that you for a fact that you can. I saw you. I can if I'm a gorilla.
I have a buff.
Doing all right over there, Jared?
Results may vary. See stores for details.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. Thanks for being so patient with me today.
I think you have to
No
adjust
problem,
your
man.
camera
No
just
problem.
a touch.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you being so patient with me today. And yeah, I probably have to do a bit of I got to do a lot of adjustment. I just make a giant knot of wires every time I move.
Well, hey, you know what? We got to play again, so that's
dude,
exciting.
Yeah, no, I'm still loving
it
it.
is understandable.
It's better than no D&D.
Yeah, and
So-
honestly, that dagger is going to be my primary weapon now.
It's his offhand all the time.
It's my emergency weapon.
The
as it
wild
was
magic
before.
dagger. All right. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully you don't like turn into a random pot or like explode or something.
Potted plant is on the list.
Dagger
Okay,
of
know-
healing.
You know what?
Campaigns ago.
I'll tell you what. Like, Towson, like we've kind of established that you're a little familiar with wild magic. If you do remember some wild magic effects, feel free to tell the party.
So I mean, there are good things like you might get healed, or you might summon a unicorn or something, or you might get cursed with blue skin, or just fucking explode. I mean, it just, there's a ton of things that can happen. I've heard of and have seen in my travels, wizards and sorcerers. Unfortunately, it's more prone to sorcery. And some sorcerers that I've known, some of them are inflicted with wild magic, and they just can't control themselves. I've only seen this a couple times in my life, but yeah, sometimes it can be life-saving, but other times it can't be. It's very the opposite.
You sound very nervous. I feel like you've got some experience player-wise with this.
Maybe.
But yeah, but in the least, his character, like Taliesin's got some familiarity with this and
Yeah.
is able to tell you some stories.
I listen to those stories intently and just get more and more excited.
In my travels, it would have been 40 years ago. I had traveled with a young sorceress, and she was inflicted with the curse of wild magic, and she lasted longer than others, but eventually it did come back to bite her. There was nothing I could do to save her.
Yeah. So I think like through all of this, you guys have pieced together that despite the fact that the black spider and his minions taken over the cave, there are serious complications with the forge. You now have evidence of that. You know that he probably hasn't been able to produce anything other than the kind of you have seen, or that you have here. Like as you're all able to identify all of your different weapons, you can definitely tell that if you place things in the forge of spells, they will become infused with wild magic.
Mm-hmm. I have a lot of things infused with wild magic right now.
Yeah, you do. I had to make all of those individually too. Well, he put scarf in, he put that in. Right. Custom items galore.
Well, I don't. Somebody's breathing directly into their mic, by the way.
Probably me. Sorry.
It's okay. I did. So, for anyone who did not hear the plan, I had said that since we had noticed that this channel of water kind of rushes in and then dries out for a couple minutes, and then like every couple of minutes it fills up, there seems to be a couple minutes of a delay. We should jump back down there once it dries out, rush back, use the rope to pull ourselves back up. Worst case scenario, I will turn back into a shark and grab whoever gets drifted off. But the one way the one way was the way that the ghouls came from. The other way, we know that door is trapped. I don't know where this river goes. So I vote we chance it, try to run back and pull ourselves up.
All right. As time has passed, as you guys have been investigating all your items and looking at everything else, also, Godwald, you would now know and understand the book that you had picked up back in the it was essentially like the mail room a ways away. The title, The Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, and Godwald would now understand all of the elements that are in play there. Yep. I know I put it on your sheet early because I messed up and I thought you guys were going to stop for it, but now you know all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
So you can take advantage of those if you like. And yeah, okay, sorry. So I'm listening. Your plan? I just wanted to throw the bit about there. Oh, sorry. The water. It works out so that every 5 minutes there's a change. It's like when the water starts flowing in, it lasts for about, I think it's like 3 minutes. So the water subsides for 2 minutes, and then 2 minutes later, the level raises again. There's going. So it's 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off.
Okay, that makes sense. So we have 2 minutes to go from a dry bed to climb, if we want to climb in a dry bed.
Yep.
Which, that sounds like enough time.
Yeah, it's only 45 feet. We can run 45 feet and pull ourselves up in under 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I would say
just don't expect me to climb anything this time, you guys. Throw me up, like, come on, let's be smart about this.
All right, so
throw me up and then throw my sack up.
So you guys are gonna go up that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Interesting. No one's gonna go to the room to the south where they heard several explosions and saw saw a crispy ghoul come from.
I mean, if the party tries to head that way in any way, I'm going to tell them what I think is in that room, which is the floating skull that I saw that blew me up.
Well, and also
because that brazier looked very familiar. That's all I'm going to say.
Yarno also did mention that there were more traps, so I'm assuming that was probably one of them. But I didn't hear anything. I think I wasn't over there. I just ghouls came from there, so I was like, I don't want to go that way because there's ghouls that way. So.
Okay, so how are you guys gonna do this? Like, as soon as the water rushes out, everybody's gonna rope, try and climb their way up.
Yeah.
I would say we could probably. It would probably be safest to go 2x2. And maybe
I'm
have.
using a section of the rope to tie around me, so in case I get swept away, I'm not getting swept away.
Well, I was going to suggest that you go with Hubert so that once you guys get to the part where you have to climb, you can hold on to him, or he can put you on his back or something, because he's going to be the strongest one.
Yeah, when it's dry, because the water goes about 6 feet, the water level from the ledge here is about 2 feet up. I'll say it's probably about the same in the other cave too. So it's just an 8-foot climb up a rope. You should be able to do it relatively easily. If you guys are going to go in pairs and just kind of call back, like, all right, good, next.
Yeah.
Or
Sounds good.
hold up and wait. Okay, then just go ahead. What are our pairs? Because there's 5 of you.
Jerk and Taliesin first.
Yeah.
Their idea. Then
Alright. There's almost no way Jerk this with his extra climbing ability. This is his bread and butter at this point.
Yeah.
One of his features.
So I'm just up here now.
Taliesin, I need you to make a strength check or an athletics check that's gonna go above 10, and you just need to do it within 5 rolls. So it's relatively simple, but I just want to see some people roll some dice.
All right.
So
There's
first
one
one,
where
you're
I
like,
failed.
oh, I got a lot of gear on me. And then
Nat
you're like,
20.
yeah, something was kind of like setting on you wrong. You're like, oh, let me buckle this up, and you climb up the rope again.
Sweet.
What's our next set?
Pierre, you gonna go with me or her or alone?
You guys tell me.
I'll go next.
Pierre by himself.
Anybody
Right,
joining me?
You're on his own.
Well,
Athletics check. You got to get above a 10 in 5 rolls.
I had suggested that you take Sparkle with you so that you could try to pull her up.
I was gonna say, should I just grab her and throw her?
Yeah. She's not paying attention.
All right, you got an 8-foot.
I think she's talking but muted.
Oh, she's muted, but she's doing something.
Yeah, no, I was totally talking and I was doing a thing while talking. But so I was gonna say throw my sack up first and then throw me up, because I'm like, my gear is about 100 pounds, and then I'm 50 pounds.
Yeah, I don't know how you're
It's
actually
amazing.
moving.
It's amazing how strong you all are. I would love to remind everyone of that. Even your average gross strength is actually quite strong. None of you is feeble, really, unless you have a negative to your strength.
I have a negative.
Oh, I do.
If you were honestly walking around
Then
with
you're,
twice your weight,
sometimes on.
your constitution would probably just go up constantly.
Exhaustion constantly.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you have 1 point of exhaustion, 2 points of exhaustion, 5, you're dead.
Well, luckily, it doesn't work that way in the realms of D&D.
Yeah. So if you guys are both going, just give me your die rolls. You got to make your strength in 10. Hubert with his high strength roll. I'm not gonna.
That's my athletics.
All right, that's 1. You got to do it in 5. You have 5.
I got a 4.
So you made yours. Bear's carrying the extra gear, but he still makes it.
Man, not rolling too well today.
Oh, Bear, you made it up.
I got a 1.
She's still trying to get up here. Time is
6.
like.
I thought you were gonna throw her up because I was gonna.
Yeah,
that's if this works, you don't have to. So.
Bear, you could climb down the rope. You're seeing that she's having a lot of trouble.
Okay.
You know that the water is coming soon.
So yeah, I'll get up there and I will.
So you climb down and you're gonna climb up holding her, or her with her on your back. So give me your athletics check. The DC is a little higher now. Oh.
Can I help them?
Can
I reach down to grab them?
You and Jerk at the top, you guys could probably grab the rope that's up there and start pulling them.
Yeah.
So Hubert, your last chance with advantage. The water is rising up.
Oh, okay.
So,
advantage.
So advantage, two d20s. I'll take the highest because they're pulling you guys up from the other end.
Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that's.
Oh, thank
All
God.
right, those are
Woo!
both.
Jesus.
Yeah. So like as the water level starts rising up, you saw Sparkle Gem down at the bottom. You're like, she's not gonna make it. You crawl down, you climb down the rope really fast. You grab her and throw her on your back, and you start climbing. Jerk and Taliesin are like, come on, come on, come on! As the water level rises up and just right under your feet.
All right, so
Woo!
once they get up there, I tell them that was close, you guys. Hey, Sparkle Jim, can you use your mage hand to grab that lantern and give it to one of the humans? They're gonna need it.
I mean, I'll do just that then. Like as he asks, the mage hand will just pop up on the other side and start carrying the lantern over.
All right.
And then
As long as it's within 30 feet.
it's 60.
Whoa.
I can.
You
I
can't reach
can.
it, I
I
think.
can't reach it with my mage hand. You're going to have to throw me across the
He
like.
can jump it.
I can jump
But
it.
it's probably better for him to jump. Yeah.
Yeah, because my mage hand can't reach that far.
I'm not trying to have you go across that fucking rope again.
Throw me! I'm
All
telling
right,
you
let me-
guys, just fling
How
me.
far?
No tossing is a game for
All
a
right,
reason.
You have to toss
All
me.
right.
So
As the water's rushing through and Godwall for the next pass to go by, he does not notice a small gnome wash down the stream past him. Your second story weak, and when you make a running jump, you increase the distance by 4. So you're able to, as long as nobody's standing in the way, you're able to clear this 10-foot gap actually quite easily.
okay, I ask everybody to please
this is
move.
in. Everybody moves off to the side.
I'm just going
You
to lay
can
on the
run to
ground in
other
front of him.
side.
Woo!
You can grab your hooded lantern and put that back in your inventory.
Actually, I'm
I
gonna
think
give it.
Godwald had it. Or are
I-
you just going to give it back to
Yeah,
him
I'm
when
just
he
gonna
gets
give
up
it
there?
back to Godwald.
All right.
And I will leave it in mine.
He does that in the time that the water passes through. The stream bed goes dry. Godwald, you got to make the DC 10 check within 5 rolls. So you come up to the edge and you're climbing. Is your strength plus or minus?
Nice. All right, you got
Well,
it.
yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So at first you're a little struggling. You're like, no, I'm not dealing with this. Summons little prayer to Bahamut, and you feel
was like-
inspired and
I climbed down this rope. I know where the best spots are.
yeah, you're able to climb back up. All right. So if everybody's got their character markers up on the edge there,
Yeah.
Well,
there's a bear, I think.
I'm going to take my rope back as well.
All right, and we'll take your rope back. You can add that back to your inventory. And
Don't tear it up, bub. You're being a good boy.
Thanks.
I was talking to my dog, but you're a good boy too.
Oh, thank you. Really?
All right, and yeah. So the area with the bellows and like the smelting everything, that was actually well lit with the fires that were burning, so you're able to see in there. But you are now once again in a dark cave. So I'm assuming
So everyone can see except the human.
all the humans.
All right, so
They're
I'm
like
actually.
half the party.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding.
So yeah, does somebody have control of the hooded
Yeah, I
lamp?
got
There
it.
it goes.
Yeah, we'll do it. I'll move it when it needs to be.
I also that dagger I have. It can shed a bright light for 30 feet and a dim light for an additional 30 feet. So if we need that, I've got that too. Anyways,
Oh.
advancing.
Yeah, I think there's like.
I advise anyone who goes down that tunnel to advance stealthily.
Should we?
Oh yeah, we should roll stealth.
All right.
Good call.
Do we have a pass without a trace since we know there's baddies down there? Like,
Do you
is
have
that...
Do you have the slots for that?
We'll cast.
Did you say you
Do
are
you
going to
have the
cast
slots?
it or no?
I did cast it.
That's a +10.
Yep.
I acknowledge this bonus.
I acknowledge this bonus as well.
I suggest we set up a marching order.
I will go first.
You will.
Oh, I lost my dice roller.
Was my normal stealth plus 2?
I'm gonna get to this corner and just barely peek around it.
Ooh, 31.
You rolled
All
higher
right, so
than
you
me.
guys are.
For
Yes,
once,
alright,
I'm the
because
most stealthy.
Where did this start? Because I think God will check. If you guys did, I love, like, I really appreciate hashtag stealth on there, like, so much so.
Hashtag blessed.
Yeah. Like, it makes such a huge difference, like, not just for keeping track while we're doing things, but also when we come back later, everything. So, because Godwald remembered, Godwald, refresh your sheet. You are feeling inspired from that little prayer you gave to Bahamut to climb up that rope. Like, you feel like the dragon god is with you.
Can you add that from just the dice roller?
I just added
No.
it with
You
the
have to
hashtag.
type it in. You manually have to type it.
From the advanced roller. I
Yeah.
just type out exactly what you see.
Oh, okay.
I just type out /R 1d20 plus mod hashtag what it is every single time for the last, like, I don't know, 3 months.
All right.
It was just for me, really. It just helps. Otherwise, it's just
Yeah, it
my
helps.
calculator history.
All right, so you guys are stealthily moving forward here. Did I hear a pass without trace called, or was that wrong?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
you-
did.
Okay, so all of these are plus 10.
I added.
Except for Talison's, yours is already in the roll.
Yeah, I put it in there. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last
So mine was
one,
a 17 total.
Might want to mark that
17.
somewhere.
I'm doing it on a sheet. Actually, for the stealth rolls, give me your total rolls as I ask for them. It would be wonderful. Sparkle Gem, you just said 17 total?
Yes.
Jerk, what's your total?
24.
Okay. Pew Bear?
14 with pass without trace.
14.
Well, you get a plus 10, don't you?
Four.
Yeah.
I will
Yep.
He said
also
with
say
Godwald?
He has
Godwald?
I have a
Godwald?
total of 13.
Total 13, thank you.
It was a very bad roll. But
Taliesin?
I'll use anything.
31.
31, thank you.
I will also say that before we get into another big battle, we should call it because I'm exhausted. If you guys want to play for like an hour without me, someone could run Sparks during the beginning of the battle, but I feel a migraine creeping up.
All right, we can call it.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, it's kind of like, what do you guys want to do?
Also, I don't believe that for a second. You've been getting ready to go out for like the last hour.
I have been, but legitimately,
we're watching you.
like I just had a migraine.
You're a dirty liar.
Yeah,
Did
like,
you forget you have a camera?
You have a camera.
Yeah, we
can
all
all
see it.
No,
Look, you gotta
You're a
bail. You gotta
terrible
bail.
liar.
I'm legitimately about to
terrible
go
liar.
wipe my makeup off and just go lay down and go to sleep.
I don't
Like,
believe you. Show us when you wipe the makeup off.
Something.
just go grab a makeup.
This is not a picture. It didn't happen
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, I'll believe you when you wipe the makeup.
we
We know
can
it's not
call it
happening.
though. We can call it, even though you're a dirty
No.
liar.
We could, I mean, but she's offering. We could keep playing. You guys going without.
I
Yeah.
vote continue this time.
I easily have. I'm not moving anywhere. I'm going to be away, so I
Yeah.
can just keep going.
Well,
on
no.
and on here.
I would
So
stay and
it's
go
really
on,
up to
but
you guys.
But you're going out.
I do. No, I'm not even going out at this point. I'm
You're
laying
such a
down
liar.
going to bed. I have a
okay,
headache.
That's what it
My
is.
boyfriend is going out, and I'm probably staying behind.
Probably.
Joe.
Unless you
all
could
right,
give me
Jerk,
a seg
so
for it to kick in the next.
I'm assuming
10
Jerk
minutes.
picked up his rope.
Yep.
My biggest thing is that I kind of have a hard cutoff at 11, but I'm all for continuing.
Acknowledged.
All right, we can do that.
Yeah, I can go to 11 quite easily if you like.
Agreed.
Like I said, I just don't want to get stuck in a big fucking battle and then just have to end at the start of a battle.
What if we just fucking win it and then you miss the thing?
I'm better off winning it and missing a thing.
Then the next battle will be more interesting.
Yep.
So I propose we go down the tunnel the same order we went up the rope.
Why did it say I left the thingy?
Oh yeah,
That
what is
being,
the
jerk.
marching order?
Jerk, Taliesin, Sparkle Gem, Hubert, me. Just the same way we went up the rope. We're on the cliff. So
I would say that maybe I should be in front because I'm most stealthy this time.
okay.
I would
Yeah,
like to be.
You
That's fine.
decided before. You guys decided before the rolls. I want to hear what the before the rolls were.
I want to be in the middle.
Because you
I
don't
like being in
know,
the middle.
like the stealth roll accounts for some happenstance between when somebody else has a high perception or whatever. It's like you guys don't know that.
Well, I would think that me and Jerk would probably be in front
Yeah,
because we kind of assume that he's probably more stealthy, as well as I'm a bit more tanky, and then also we can see in the dark.
Jerk was leading the charge on the tunnel.
Yeah, so I'll move up here with him.
It's all good. We can go together.
And also, like, if they're carrying a lamp, we probably...
I was just going to hold somebody's hand.
Oh,
just like that one Hootie and the Blowfish song.
Oh no! I can't believe you're old enough to remember Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh no, that was in a recent South Park.
Oh, okay.
Hold my hand.
All right, so
Yep.
advancing.
advancing.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So are we? If she leaves, we're good to keep going, or if she left.
I mean, yeah, I can keep going for a little bit.
Okay.
Cut off at
we'll
11.
call it maybe at
Yes,
11.
we proceed in this order until Jerk decides to stop and look around a corner.
All right. So in the marching order, I have Jerk 1, Taliesin 2. Who's 3, 4, 5?
I'll be 3.
Yeah, just hold on to like my scarf or something. I don't know.
And Sparkle Gem usually comes
There,
up
3.
watching our backs too, so that's usually where
That
she
makes Godwald 4, Sparkle Gem 5.
I accept these terms.
Okay. No, I just have I have a column for watch/marching order, and so I just throw you guys kind of in that. All right. So Jerk, as you are moving forward through the tunnels, this is this particular tunnel was not carved out by any mining. This existed as long ago, like water boring through this area and a softer part of the stone, erosion. So the tunnel itself is probably only about 5 feet tall. So anyone taller than that's like ducking down in order to kind of crawl through. Sparkle Gem obviously moving through it with ease. But as you guys kind of, and here we can actually do one. Jerk, you can control Sparkle Gem. Now you get to move her.
You're muted.
I love doing this. New headset fun. But
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
Someone took control. Thank you. I'm
Yep,
going to
so
lay
put
down
me.
for at least 20 minutes to see if I even feel better.
She goes out. All right. Take it easy.
No, I'm going to try.
Is that one of those things made of oatmeal that goes in the microwave and then keeps your shoulders warm?
Are you talking about my jacket?
Yes.
How rude.
All right. So we're following this marching order. Jerk, Taliesin, Pubert, Godwald, Sparkle Gem, bringing up the rear.
It does kind of look like one of those heating pads that's full of like rice or oatmeal.
Oh, that's the term. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
How does this look anything like a heated pad? Like
because it's all floppy and over your shoulders.
When we can only see the collar because of the contrast.
That's fair. I guess it is a
fair.
flashy. It's a very flashy jacket.
Because Iceborne is still saturating. Is it desaturating the image? Is that the phrasing?
Desaturating probably, but that's even that's just the PlayStation menu.
Actually, I lied. This passageway is barely 4 feet high.
So, but and
there are pebbles and boulders. So this, like I said, this was a naturally carved out way. So yeah, anyone taller than 4 feet has to like crouch or like walk on their knees. So you're actually moving quite slowly if you're taller than that through here.
I am.
Advancing.
Advancing.
Jerk
So
moves
let's
forward.
continue crawling through.
Jerk, give me a 60-foot line out to the west so that I can give you an idea of what you're looking at. Because with your dark vision, are there any torches lit in the back? Are you guys?
Nope.
I'm gonna trust their vision because that's gonna give us away real quick.
I told Puvier to like hang on to scarf.
Okay, so P-Bear needs to move up to
He should be behind me.
where Taliesin is, behind him.
Y'all gotta move,
Uh,
fellas.
Sparkle Gem's going to be just in front, I guess, just in front of
Well,
him.
she's taking up the rear,
kind
isn't
of
she?
push him. She's kind of pushing him ahead then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, she's going to have to like, all right, watch your step. Watch your step. You know, kind of whisper, watch the art.
Sorry.
Black Knight coming up.
I whisper. I'm
Yeah,
like,
so as you come out into this area, this passageway, like I said, barely 4 high. Through here, you start seeing, you enter into a cavern. There is a ledge that then drops about 20 feet from here. You can't see from where you are how far it drops off, but right about here, you see that the ledge drops. There's darkness, but a bit off to the probably, what is it? 25 feet across from that ledge, you can see another. And then there's something down dipping between them.
advancing.
As you're kind of just able to see from angle.
I'm gonna creep around the corner and look around.
All right. Give me a second. And Jerk and Taliesin. All right. As Jerk and Taliesin, as you guys come around this other corner and you look through, you are able to just make out a few bugbears standing guard next to a passageway. Jerk and Taliesin, they have not noticed you.
Does that mean if I attack, I get sneak attack damage? Let me look.
No, I think an ally has.
No, because let me see.
We could get a surprise round.
Yeah, you might get surprise round.
It says if you have advantage on an attack roll, would we get advantage for a surprise attack?
In a surprise round, you would have.
Cool, let's do it. How far away?
We are very far away.
Ooh.
Jerk's favorite weapon right now is a heavy
you can see
crossbow
them.
with the greatest range.
At the very edge of where you can see. So Jerk, everything what you're seeing in the dark, like with dark vision, you don't see in colors. It's all
gray.
Yeah, black and whites and grays, really series of grays in between. And just at the very edge of where you see a bugbear standing there.
Yeah.
So,
I want to tap him on the shoulder as we're falling and be like, wait, half of our party can't see right now. We need to try and see if we can can I roll to I don't know what I would roll, but can I roll to see if I would know if bugbears have dark vision? I would assume that they would, but
see, it's probably kind of check would it be? I mean, just sort of like remember a thing about
would it be like a history or something?
Yeah, we can make a history check. I mean, it's kind of a hard one to like remember. Yeah. From
Okay.
basically a history being more like history of your adventures and things. But yeah, so you remember the bugbears. Bugbears can't see in the dark. They have dark vision, like goblins.
That they would. So, do we have any way that we could distract them so that we could try to climb down?
I could take the shot and get one of them pretty good.
Right, but I'm not trying to alert
Yeah,
literally everyone else that they're with.
Kind of from your ledge, what you can see is that everywhere that this tunnel opens up to then drops down a ledge. You can't quite see how far down the ledge is from you, but you know that the ground goes out and then stops.
We
right
might
here.
we might be able to climb down if we have some way of distracting.
Yeah, but from where you're at and like their vision, they're standing guard there and they're waiting, but holding this. One of them's holding a spear, the other has a sword, and they're just kind of walking back and forth. Not really bored. They're actually kind of alert. They seem to be. Roll perception. I'll tell you more about them if you want. Jerk and Taliesin at the top there. We'll go with your
14.
We'll go with your passive 15.
Yeah.
And Jerk.
Hold on. Perception.
Yep.
Let's see if this works. Ooh.
Okay. Well, Taliesin, from where you're seeing, you do see them. They're standing there. They're alert. They're not tired and bored. They're not like sleepy. They're standing at the ready.
Okay.
You seem kind of prepared. You can see the pit, and you think like Taliesin, you would think maybe, considering like the distance of the pit and to this to where they are, that ledge being a little bit lower, that you might be able to quietly sneak up to the ledge if you like got really low and crawled on your belly up to the ledge. You feel confident that as quiet as you are, without any metal clanking around, you might be able to get a better look in the cave.
Okay. I'm gonna try that. So I'll move up. Oh. Be like, wait here. Let me check out what's going on, and I'll move up.
So you go prone.
Like crawling. Yeah.
Crawling. You go prone and you kind of crawling, like, arm to move through. To like just real silently and quietly going with the stealth roll that you had in the past. And now from this angle, you're able to see the majority of the rest of the cavern. From in here, you can see not only the two bugbears standing there, but towards, somewhat south of you and to the west, there is a zombie standing there, blank-eyed and just kind of looking around, lacking commands. It may have been one that was washed downstream earlier. And you can just out on an edge make out another bugbear standing guard at another place. You also are able to see that these two bugbears are guarding a flight of stairs.
Okay.
That goes up from here. But now you can see down into the ledge. So from your side of the cavern, this ledge goes down 20 feet. On the opposite side of the cavern, it only goes up about 10. There's another stream that's running from another place within the cave, running through here. They've placed a plank across here, like large piece of wood that they've gotten. Looks like it's kind of been hobbled together from some other pieces in order to see to cross over this stream without issue for them. There are piles of stone here. It looks like that someone has more recently been excavating. You can see the area where the water from the smelting cavern, we'll call it the smelting cavern, runs in, and also then the water from this other stream meets here. There are several large boulders that have seemed to have fallen down from the ceiling. You're able to tell that this is like unnatural rock formation. And since you guys know of several battles that have been happening here, this may be the result of some of the damage of things that are happening. Just out at the edge, though, you do see some things here. That's kind of what you see with your passive. You want to roll me another perception check, or look around as you crawled up here real fast, see if you can tell more.
That is a 23.
Okay. Down here at the bottom, you do notice that there are several rocks and things being cleared out. There's a rope ladder leading up from here, and there are several ropes leading. It looks like they bring up materials from down there. So someone's trying to clear some rocks out. You can see like another wheelbarrow and a bucket and some tools that are sitting down here. So you're able to see some of that. But it does look like you would have to go down 20 feet a cliff, up 20 or up 10 feet a different cliff, and then down at the bottom, even if you crossed this water, you could potentially get to a rope ladder that's over here that everybody could maybe climb, but it is separated by these two streams that come together. One that runs every 3 minutes and is rushing in currently at the moment. It is. But you have a much better sense of the cave and how you could potentially traverse this. And you know it could be difficult.
Okay.
These bugbears standing here, and you just have this one random zombie, just kind of dead in the water.
I say we try to get at least one of those bugbears down.
I feel like that should be an all or nothing thing.
I have a question. So this is a boulder. This is a boulder that's fallen. From the edge of the ledge to the top of this boulder, how far of a drop is that?
It's like 20 feet down, but the boulder is like D6 it.
So all I'm saying is they have dark vision too, so they're gonna see you trying to scramble down a ledge.
So the boulder's about 4 feet up on some of it too. So from that ledge down, it's about 16 feet instead of 20.
Okay, I can't jump to it. I mean, I could. I just get hurt.
You can kind of like crawl back and tell everybody, whisper all of this to them.
Well, I was
have not noticed you from there. They are just kind of standing guard, alert as they can be, but you escape their notice.
Yeah. So I will come back to explain this to everyone. Like I don't know. We could try to tie a rope off to a stalagmite and climb down quietly.
There's one here.
I have somewhat of.
Huh. He seems to have frozen.
Yeah, look at that. That's kind of creepy to look at.
So 50 feet of rope will get us from the stalagmite to the floor.
You froze up.
Yeah, you froze up for a second.
What, in Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless it was in real life.
Well, yeah.
I froze in real life.
So I heard I have, and then you.
Oh, okay. I said that the bugbears haven't noticed us. I have an idea on how we can cause a distraction, but I would need to get closer. I may be able to sneak down and without them noticing if I tie a rope off to a stalagmite.
Taliesin is like prone on his hands and knees. He knows that the edge about where he's standing is probably the last place. If somebody stood up there, they would probably be in line of sight of these guys. So he's down. He's like, okay, right about here. You can't stand past here.
Yeah. So, I want to see something real quick. Okay.
We could send Gabe in.
This only goes. Okay. I want to try something. Will you guys allow me to try something? If not, if it doesn't work, then we can. We're just gonna have to deal with it anyways. So
I'm gonna run like hell anyway, huh?
I'm gonna try.
I do have an opportunity for sneak attack here, which could
Anita
possibly just kill one of these guys straight up.
You
Nita,
you
can you
won't.
help
You
me?
don't get sneak attack damage.
If
You just get a
it's
surprise round.
if it's a surprise attack,
Well-
we have advantage, which gives me sneak attack.
It's supposed to be
Is
the
that
usual
true?
sneak attack way, but the having a friend thing seems to come up more often in these fights.
Yeah. So
Well,
look,
okay.
it says sneak attack damage.
Listen,
Finesse or ranged weapon if you have advantage
So
on the
he's-
attack roll.
He's basically thinking if he can get a hit, he could do some serious damage. On
If you want to try your thing, though, I mean, I'll whatever.
I-
We're good.
Tell him the plan.
I do think though that if you go down that
So-
ledge, they're going to see you.
Anita,
I don't.
can you help me? Thank you.
So okay, here's my plan. If I can sneak down this ledge, I can crawl up to the edge with a rope, and then crawl down, and then climb down. If I can get onto this boulder, I should be tall enough to see this guy and
I'm
cast
gonna-
charm person on him,
I'm gonna go to the restroom and let you guys discuss the move.
cause him to attack his friend. And that way they don't know that we're here. They just know that one of their bugbear friends is fighting them for some
Doing
reason.
fine. Fine
And that
enough to
would
go to
give
the
us a
bathroom.
chance to
Would be way
all
better.
get down there.
And you said
You know what? Since the medication that I just got, that I have no.
Think about it.
Idea.
So I'm
If
thinking-
you guys don't want to chance it and you think that you can make the shot, then that's fine. Is that they're just gonna immediately know that somebody else is here and attacking them, and that's the only thing that I was concerned about. Is at least
So,
giving us the element of surprise for the longest amount of time as possible.
so you are going to charm this person, and then convince them to attack the other one.
So I can charm the person. They think that I am their friend.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, like they.
So you're going to then
Mhm.
convince them to attack the other one because you might be looking for dominate person.
Yeah.
Well, so
charm
I guess
charm
I don't ha-
person doesn't. Yeah, because I tried to
guess
do that once a long time ago, and charm person didn't work that way.
Like I
Well-
could do something similar to what you're saying with command.
So they will act as a friend of mine, so they would come to my aid, but I guess that I would need to tell them, hey, we need to fight these other guys in order for him to actually know that. So if you feel
Yeah.
like you can take the shot, then I guess go for it.
So,
Like if I
I
could
just-
get vision,
my thing
command
is
could
that
do that for one attack. But
can we leave? Like, what advantage do we have trying to start a fight over this chasm in the dark?
I saw the drow in this chasm, and I think that's a major lead.
Oh, right,
Um,
but we could
also,
come back to this.
We can't go the well. I guess we can go the other way, but they're going to be alerted instantly to where we are when we open that door.
So we can try the
So-
door,
Oh, yeah,
or we can go back
we-
to the fireball room.
We could also go.
We're not going to the
through-
fireball room.
We
I
could
don't wanna
also
go to the
just
fireball room.
we could also just go down the river stream and we would end up over here.
In theory,
But another question, because what Godwald said just gave me a good idea.
Well-
None of these things can reach us here, but we can reach them.
Yeah. So who has ranged weapons
So
and spells
we
that'll go
can-
that far? I've got a crossbow that's 100 feet. You froze again.
Trying to think what spears are.
Yeah.
you only how many spears do you have though?
I have like a spear left, I think. I used them.
There we go.
Yeah,
Basically,
so-
you and
Yeah,
Sparkle
20
Jim
feet.
Yeah, basically you and Sparkle Jim could rain arrows on them.
And-
They can't reach us.
We would all get one attack.
I have a
surprise attack.
second.
So her and I would both
I
get.
bought some stuff in Fandolin, so
I
I
can
have
also
two different ranged weapons. I can lend one to Pubert.
I can also I have two ranged spell attack or two ranged cantrips I can attack them with.
Okay, I say we sneak up to the ledge and you let us fire first, and then move in and join us.
Yep. I mean, unless they have, I mean, these bugbears might have bow and arrow, but I doubt that they will survive. Like they basically, yeah, we have a tactical advantage because we have the high ground.
Yeah, we have the high ground,
So
and if we
I was
surprise them,
told once by a very wise master that if you have the high ground,
Anakin, you have the high ground. Or, I have the high ground. You can't win.
So, to be clear,
give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab. I need to give my snake a mouse real quick.
Okay.
So I just gotta go grab it
Whoa.
real fast. Oh no!
and we just
All
lost.
right.
There he
Oh,
is.
There we go.
We just
Sorry
kept.
about that.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
So
But
the
tell
consensus
Jared the
is
plan.
All
Though.
right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
tell
the
me what the
consensus
plan
is
we're going to try and have a surprise round with the rogues, and then just start combat where we're still on the ledge.
yeah, so Taliesin and I are gonna start, and then everybody's gonna move up so we get a surprise round on them.
Okay. All right. So, but Taliesin as the character did notice that they are alert, they are paying attention, but from this ledge, they can't see you as long because the ledge is above. So, like the ledge they're on is 10 feet up from what's called riverbed, stream bed. The ledge you're on is 20 feet from the stream. So, as they're kind of facing that way, you guys are able to be on this ledge above, right, and not be seen. So, just kind of throwing that out.
I'm gonna get
They
on
are
my belly and
looking that way.
move up here on my tum-tum.
All right.
As close as I can get without being spotted. And I'm
Okay,
gonna.
you guys can be prone and get up to the.
Okay, and I'm going to. Well, is that too far up?
No, we'll call that the ledge
Okay.
because it's the squares snapping and all that.
And
And you have control of Sparkle Gem too. She being a rogue, it's probably easiest.
Yeah, I've got her on her tum-tum as well. So we're posting up here, and we're waiting for Taliesin to come back and give the signal. Also,
Okay.
The signal.
I mentioned to the humans, I'm like, when we fire that shot, make sure when you throws that lantern up so you've got a clear line of sight too. It's going to give our position away, but they're already going to be in the middle of arrows flying in their face.
You got it.
Yeah, so if you guys can manage to surprise them, you'll be able to move and act first.
I will set up. I prepare to set up the lantern.
I'll you know what? I'll have my shield ready in case they decide to throw something back.
All right.
All right, so.
All right, I already moved.
All right.
You guys haven't started yet, right?
No. So Sparkle Gem and I are on our stomachs up at the ledge, and we're ready to fire. So whenever you get up here on your tum-tum too, we'll get her going. Who wants to go first?
I still need to go grab the mouse and give it to Snake. But when?
Okay.
Go ahead and.
I'm listening.
I'm gonna cast Frostbite. So.
Okay.
If you guys want to go first, and then I will
I'll
do that. But give me like 2 seconds.
I'm gonna take a shot at this boyo here with Sildar's crossbow.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting this ready, and we're gonna do an initiative roll right after this. I just want to make sure I get everybody on the sheet.
That's a good shot. That's a good shot.
8, actually. While he's away for a second, that's your shot at the guy?
Yep.
Nice. All right, and you are hidden, so it's with advantage. So you should roll, since you're hidden.
Let's go ahead and
with
see if I
advantage,
can hit him
Yeah,
hard.
see if you get the crit.
No.
Okay, better the first time. And roll Sparkledim's firing at the same time, right?
Yep.
With you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is she firing at the other one or the same one, or?
What do you guys think?
Same.
Same.
The nearest one, probably.
Yeah. So same one.
Okay, so which this one? This one? This one? Which one?
Hold on.
The north one.
This one.
Damn it! Of course, I clicked off the northmost one. This one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
What's her modifier?
+3 with a ranged weapon.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I'm still like it.
All right.
Do I need? Should I? Okay.
Ooh.
We're
Okay.
gonna.
Let's go ahead.
Where he's
and roll again.
rolling. He's rolling because you guys are hidden currently. Two of them top here are
Okay.
rolling. They're with advantage because you're hidden.
So that's
Rolls.
second one was a
So-
16.
So there are 2 hits on this northmost bugbear. We're gonna roll initiative right after that. Just give me 1 second to clean up. I'm sorry,
Oh no, take your
I
time.
was real absorbed into the thing.
Thought
and
I was casting Frostbite on this one, which is an auto hit.
Well,
He has to make it.
we just nailed him twice.
Okay, so I
It's
will
a big boy.
I'll do the other one, and he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
So you did. Hold on. Give me just a second. I mistakenly didn't clean up the sheet from the previous one. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Sorry, you got one zombie who did and a previous zombie. And I should have been doing that while you guys were talking. Instead, I have to take 50 different bathroom breaks.
Look, no matter how bad it is for us, it's worse for you.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Well, I appreciate that. It's just my gut responses. Thing. All right, so those attacks hit. Taliesin, are you rolling something with an attack roll?
No, it's an auto hit. They have to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right, bugbear Constitution saving throw.
I'm hitting the one. This one.
Frostbite.
It's Frostbite.
13.
Yeah.
Right, it's got to be 13.
Damn.
Saves.
No, is that with disadvantage because we're hidden?
that is not a thing.
No,
No?
you don't
Okay.
get an advantage on spells like that.
Gotcha.
There are feats that let you do that, but not normally.
Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't do anything to him then.
Okay.
All right.
So we've got sneaky heavy crossbow.
Let me
He
know
just
when you're
gets
ready
slightly chilly.
for damage for me.
All right, yeah. So for being hidden, you had advantage. Both of those on bugbear number 8. Roll me your short bow. Are you doing a short bow, Chris?
No,
Do you have a crossbow? Oh, you have a heavy
crossbow.
crossbow from Sildar.
Yep.
So you get it, but you don't get your attack bonus on it because you're not proficient with that item. So your rolls were actually 16, still hits. Just hits.
Well, I'm proficient in ranged weapons.
A heavy crossbow, though, it's not a finesse. It's not a.
The roll that he did off of his character sheet was just his dex and not his proficiency.
It's just his attack. Okay. Oh, it doesn't. The 4 is just his dex bonus.
Yeah,
his
yeah.
Yep,
proficiency.
it's his
I
main
got you.
stat.
That's my dex
And
bonus.
with CJ's, So those two hit. So you gotta roll your crossbow damage with sneak attack damage and her regular crossbow damage with sneak attack.
Okay, so that's my damage there. It's 18.
Is that it?
And then
That's a D20.
Because you're hidden, you had advantage. Because you had advantage, you
that is a
they get
D20.
sneak
Why is
attack.
that a D20? Hold on. That crossbow damage is wrong. I gotta change the macro.
Thank you.
Why that? No, it should be a D10. That's what the macro says. Yeah, let's try that again.
We can leave it. Or... That's
Yeah,
still
why
a
is it?
D20.
Yeah, why is it doing that? Hold on.
I don't know. I can't see.
I'll just type it in.
Yeah, just do it manually.
That's weird.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes these things glitch. Obviously, we've experienced it in the past.
The usual mumbo
Silver's
jumbo
heavy
would be.
crossbow.
10
You only
plus
get you got the +1
Yeah,
per
that's
hit, a D10 plus 4 piercing.
Hey, what can I do for a
Alright,
1d20 on
D6.
damage,
There we
Derek?
go. That's better. So it's
Here, right?
it's actually better. 13 plus 12.
You got...
Yeah, you
25
got the
damage.
12 on the D6, 2 of those. So he takes 25 damage from the first hit.
All right, and then now
He
what is
just barely alive?
what is hers?
Sparkle Gem's light crossbow base damage is 1d8 plus 1. And her sneak attack is the same as yours at this level.
D8.
So a D8 plus 1 and then 2 D6.
Two D6. All right, so that is another 12.
All right. You guys drop the first bugbear to the north.
37 piercing damage.
37 piercing damage.
Because
A heavy
rogues.
crossbow bolt goes in, sinks into its chest, into its lungs. You
Does
could
not
tell
look-
that it was going to die from this bolt, like that entered it when it wasn't unable to breathe shortly, but then immediately thereafter, another crossbow goes through and flies into its head, killing it.
Nice.
All right, and then we still have other attacks on the other dude.
And then, yeah, then we missed a shot on him. South, he made the appropriate saving throw. And then were any other attacks going out here?
That was all of us who were planning to attack in that round.
Okay, so let's roll initiative. You guys get your surprise round in. They were unable to see you and you laid in wait.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do we want to roll initiative and then call it because 10:51?
Oh,
Yeah.
I
yeah, we can
agree.
do that.
Agreed.
Alright, sounds good.
So should we
So-
roll for Sparkle Gem now or have her roll when she gets back next week?
Oh, if we do that, I'll tell you what. Why don't we just roll initiative? The surprise round has been over. We'll do it next week.
Agreed.
That way
Perfect.
we
Oh,
can start
crap.
off. We can start off the round doing a. Oh, did you guys? I mean, no. We have to use the things that were rolled.
I was gonna
let me
ask,
figure
could I voluntarily keep my 1? Because I'm totally for rolling again, but I feel like in this situation, a 1 for Pubert is perfect.
Because you want to move after I got the lights set up and everything else.
Well, on top of that, just Pubert being like, okay, we're gonna do this thing. What are we doing again?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
What we can do is for the surprise round. I don't know if you guys were going to move from here, but any other movement or attacks, you basically have your surprise round to do them. Like, you guys got this. You have this one round where everybody gets to do a thing. Jerk fired his crossbow, his heavy crossbow. He has the rest of his actions he can do. Sparkle Gem, she's got her bonus actions left and movement as well. The rest of you have actions and movement. And you can do that all now, and then we'll stop right there and then start with initiative.
Perfect.
Works for me.
So if you're gonna try and climb down the cliff, if you're
Or
gonna stay where you are, just
my
tell me.
my plan was to attack from this cliff and try to lure as many of these fuckers over and attack from the high ground as possible.
Do we have any?
Because they can't get to us.
Okay.
Do we have anybody else who can? If P-Bear, no, not P-Bear. Godwald wants to set up the lantern. That'll give P-Bear one attack.
If we can draw them closer to the cliff, it would allow P-Bear to like throw his javelin at somebody or something like that.
You could use.
I
your
thought I
There's some things I could push down in there too, maybe.
He's in range.
You could use your bonus action to set the lamp up, and then you'd get an attack, and then that would give P-Bear openings for attacks as well.
I don't know how far P-Bear can cast Toll of the Dead, or not. I mean Godwald, but
Oh, it's 60.
yeah. So you can also attack.
Well,
from here.
I would move up to the edge of the cliff first.
If
Yeah,
if
my javelin
Godwald
is only 20
lights it,
feet.
if Godwald lights it here, it wouldn't be quite far enough.
How about here?
There you go.
Yeah. So it'd be able to.
There,
Everyone
then.
would be able to see them. Well, the one's dead, but the other one. And then I had seen, and I told you guys about the zombie over here, and then there was like, I think there's a bugbear down that way.
Yeah, you're able to see him just standing at the bottom.
And
right now we have the high ground, and they have no way to get to us unless they want to go all the way. And then we have them bottlenecked if they try to come through this cavern, just the way that we came. So
let's see. So, do I also get a crossbow attack with advantage if I do it this
You don't have
round?
the light on, so in the dark you would have disadvantage.
So I might as well just wait.
It would
if it's
just
the
be a
same.
regular. It would just be a regular roll. Same
So-
for you, Bear. You can't
so-
really see, but you guys could both make straight rolls to see if you hit.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to do that, and then we'll end that there.
There's a 15 hit.
15 just misses. Kind of as your crossbow bolt goes flying off, it just kind of hits on this, like the little armor that the bugbear is wearing on his shoulder, just ding, and
Oh well,
flies
I
off.
tried.
Hey, good try.
yeah.
Better than I could do right now.
Well, we'll find out because I think you're up.
Well, I can't throw my javelin that far.
Oh,
Well, I've got
no.
this bow. I can
How far can you throw your javelin?
20 feet.
What's
Oh,
the second
yeah.
range on it?
Second range I think is like 30. Hold on.
Wait, let me look.
Sorry, I've been taking advantage of the fact that this is the only day I'm going to be in my base.
Yeah, all right.
Javelin
You're not
is
sad about it.
60 feet.
So you
Okay.
can throw it that far.
I could throw it. It'd be at long range.
You have advantage because you're unseen. So the disadvantage for darkness or anything else cancels out. It's just a straight roll.
Oh, okay. I will throw it.
It goes flying over there, and just same thing. The darkness is something that just does not allow you guys to get a shot in. You're throwing it off. This just lands shy of the bugbear in front of him after an arrow
Guys.
bounces off of him.
All right.
These
I'll
zombies
hand him
sound
up.
like rocks when they
All
get
right,
hit.
so
Well,
then we'll
he knows
roll
we're-
initiative next week to start combat.
Perfect. Do we want to put
Yeah.
the lantern up with your bonus action before we roll initiative?
I have done
Lantern
so.
lighting
It
is an
there.
action.
It's an action?
Lantern lighting is an action.
I thought it was a bonus.
It is an action.
Oh, okay.
He's always been in action.
It's like lighting a torch.
Yep.
All right.
Well, the
Well,
hood is a bonus action.
You got 6 seconds. Think about it. In 6 seconds, you're gonna open the lantern, make sure it's got oil, thing lit.
Okay,
cool
well,
off.
We don't
I just got
We
don't
confused
sell
with the
Zippos
hood.
in fandom.
Using the hood is a bonus action. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah, lighting it, opening up. Yep.
All right. Cool,
All
cool.
right.
Let's say
See
good
you
night.
guys there.
Good night, Internet.
All right.
all right. Good night.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night, internet.